Facebook at GTV Ghana and across all our social media platforms at GTV Ghana. I am Valencia Tete. Now let's get the details of the stories. In a rather sober mood on the breakfast show earlier yesterday's morning on GTV, the spokesperson for the National Chief Imam and the founder of the Worldwide Miracle Outreach, Reverend Dr. Lawrence Tete, raised glasses filled with water from the river bodies polluted by Galamsey activities, calling on the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, members of Parliament and chiefs to join them in raising their glasses and charging them to end the menace that threatens the lives of many.
This is painful. In fact, we're going to start this program with a ceremony that makes today's program a different one. Yes. And the ceremony is that we are going to do cheers.
Sure, absolutely. Absolutely.
Cheers. Cheers.
Thank
Please,
you very much.
Can you all hold up your glasses?
Your glasses.
Whatever you are.
As we enjoy the Pra River.
Yeah, whatever you are.
Mercury, yes. As you drink, chemicals,
cyanide.
as you drink, cyanide.
I mean, great respect to the President and all in the presidency. Great respect to all parliamentarians, those who are in the Galamsey sites and outside of Galamsey sites, all MCEs, in fact, Nananom, great respect for all of you. Can you please raise your glasses? This morning we have a special ceremony.
Cheers
just to glorify God for having given us such waters, for giving ourselves waters that can be so poisonous as to threaten to wipe off our whole country. So can you hold your glasses, please? Let's have cheers. And please, when you do, take it.
Yes. When you're finished, make sure it goes up. Make sure it goes up.
Galamsey, the fight against illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey, continues to dominate the headlines. In the past weeks, the issue has sparked tension, debate, and calls on to actions from various stakeholders and civil society organizations. Adding his voice to the chorus, the spokesperson for the National Chief Imam, Chief Sheikh Arimiya Shaibu, has charged President Akufo-Addo to make tackling the Galamsey menace a priority before leaving office. Speaking on GTV Breakfast Show, Shaibu emphasized that successfully addressing this environmental and social crisis, he will be forever reminded generations to come.
Let me use this opportunity to speak to the President. Great respect for him. If he were in my family, either he would be my elder brother or be my uncle. I mean, no two ways about that. And I disagree with anyone who looks at an elderly person like this and insult him because he's our president. We will never approve of that. But we should also be able to, I mean, he's an individual. He's overwhelmed with so many things, and we appreciate the difficulties of his work. But we need to draw his mind to this. And I want to say that, Your Excellency, good morning. If there is any one thing we want to remember you for 3 months from now when you leave office, it's about how you have been successful in dealing with this Galamsey menace. We want to remember you for keeping to your words. We want to remember for keeping to your words. At the time you gave an assurance and we were excited, if it requires putting your presence online. In other words, the price you put on saving our country is bigger than the amount that anyone gains from this Galamsey thing. It told us also that you as a person are not a beneficiary of this kind of dangerous venture. We want to urge you, keep to your words. Between now and December 7th or January 7th, you have what it takes to do something differently. I respect the president. I want to remember him for good things. I don't want to remember him for any bad thing. I don't want that after him, after you, certain things will be said that will not be very pleasurable and good for family and for the country at large.
The Electoral Commission has rejected calls for a forensic audit of the voters' register by the National Democratic Congress (NDC), addressing the media in Accra, the deputy chairman in charge of the operations at EC, Mr. Simul Tete, said there has never been such request since the establishment of the commission. He said the EC is yet to receive data of the alleged discrepancies by the NDC. The EC is therefore calling on NDC's flag bearer, the former President John Mahama, to call his people to order to avoid tension in the country.
EC's detection of discrepancies with the provisional voters register is not new. As the Commission has maintained, that is the essence of the exhibition exercise. It is to correct discrepancies. This is what is being done, as has been the case in the past. It is not new. The Commission is of the view that the forensic audit is not what is needed at this time. It is premature. Perhaps this is the first time the NDC has taken interest in the register. Otherwise, one would have expected them to call for such an audit of the 2016 register, which contained photos of plants and animals representing voters. The answer is, it is the same commission that will fix the discrepancies, and that is what we are doing. It is for this reason that the EC is of the view that the call for a forensic audit is misguided. Taking to the streets will not ensure a credible register. It will only cause tensions and suspicions, which are unwarranted. We call on the former President of Ghana, an eminent and respected statesman of the Republic, to encourage and bring his party to the table, as that is the best place to address issues and ascertain the truth regarding the voters' register.
Sladi EC, the leader of Ghana Freedom Party, Madam Ikuadonko, Janet Imbila, flag bearer of the People's National Party, and Nana Frimpong Kumankuma, presidential candidate of the CPP, on Thursday submitted their nominations form successfully for the upcoming general election. The exercise took place at the headquarters of the Commission in Accra.
Of the Ghana Freedom Party, Madam Ikuadonko was the first to submit her nomination forms to the EC in her quest to contest for the slot on December 7. Madam Ikuadonko mentioned that she will soon announce her running mate. The presidential candidate for the People's National Party, PNP, Madam Janet Asana Nabla, together with some party executives, also submitted their forms to the EC chair, Mrs. Jean Mensah. She thanked the Commission for giving 20% discount to women contestants. She, however, made a plea to the EC.
We have to run around the whole 262 districts to get this. And they are supposed to write them in quadruplets. In the 21st century, we are now in a not even Gen Z world, Gen Alpha world, where digitalization is supposed to be the hour of the day. Yet we have to do all these things. We are pleading with the Commission. It's true that at times we think that when you do that, that is when you will now feel that the thing is expensive and you will hold it well. But the errors will be too much. It is not easy running around 262 districts to do this.
Presidential candidate for the CPP, Nana Frimpong Kumankuma, wrapped up the day's event after successfully submitting her nomination forms to the Electoral Commission. Nana Sapong Kumankuma urged the Electoral Commission to address all issues concerning the conduct of a peaceful and transparent election. 14 candidates have so far filed their nomination forms in the last 3 days. Filing ends tomorrow, 13 September 2024. Reporting from the Electoral Commission's headquarters, Heiga Owusu, JBC News, Accra.
And let's do some political stories. The NDC flag bearer, Mr. John Mahama, has warned that only a fair and transparent election from the Electoral Commission could guarantee trouble-free elections come December 7. Speaking at Abesim in the Sinyai municipality during his 4-day tour campaign, Mr. Mahama invited all NDC supporters to join a demonstration which will be held simultaneously at all EC offices nationwide to drum home the need for a clean election.
Ni si 2020 no be sibio yeyina omo yi omo se abato krata no omo printe ene esi amanyoko bia yeyi nipa nkotena ho ene yi nipa be bia e printe abato krata ni bia na ye agent e wo ho ye printe ye ene kan ni nyina ye si we na kochira we na ko dumase we na ko sunyane we na ko tamale we na ko bedu any sansan ase ya dispatch aboutokrata yina e say ya print ye ya ko ba ya obi ayira ne laptop bag o se okohwehwe okọ bebia ya print about no ya print about no enkrata ne biom bebre obi aka isa asemi ene se wo ye by mistake ene fa san kranta no ye kɔhye no nanso ɛda ye to aba no ye chinkrofo a no mukuta extra ballot papers sani pani na ye de omo ma police for omo a ye chi omo no na omo a yan chi omo de omo timi de kogu mu ye de sani panu ma police for ebesi ne mente se obi a ye chi na okuta ballot paper ya ye ne bibi enti sani omo no ne ye ka se men si biom efi se ene amika say ente se abatu ayeto no 2020 ene de ye ni abri yie na enyoma 2020 si ye no se kosi bioma minti minka se ye benya asumdwe efi se ye NDC ye wo hoyi ye mpesi ye besisi obia yenso ye ntenase ma obia nsisi ye
NPP's presidential candidate, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, has promised to restore the car duty import waiver to enable dealers to import vehicles without paying duty. Dr. Bawumia was speaking at a campaign tour at the Luzokuku constituency in Accra. In a Youth Connect at Teshi Nursing and Midwifery Training College, Dr. Bawumia assured the training nurses of effective measures to ensure their allowances are paid promptly.
Port of call was Teshi in the Lejokuku constituency. His stakeholder engagement with the traditional leaders, the clergy, business community, artisans, market women, and other opinion leaders was at the Church of Pentecost at Teshi. The session was an opportunity for the people to put forth their concerns and for the flag bearer to sell his policies as well as successes chalked by the government. Dr. Bawumia said his government will introduce electric vehicles to reduce the cost of transportation.
Me pese Ghana in the area of public transport, you're moving away from dependence on fuel and that to electric vehicles, electric buses. This is where we want to take Ghana. And before the end of this year, Yamiadum, we want to begin the pilot.
On his way to the Teshi Nursing Midwifery and Training College, Dr. Bawumia stopped at the Teshi Triblow Lorry Station to interact with the drivers and passengers. At the Teshi Nursing and Midwifery Training College, it was a youth connect with the nurses. Dr. Bawumia said the NPP government has implemented policies to support the nursing profession.
In the last 7 years, up to 2023, we have recruited 200,000 medical personnel, the highest recruitment of health care workers by any government in the history of the Fourth Republic.
The aspiring MP for Lejokuku and Minister for Health, Dr. Bernard Okoboy, urged the students to vote for a presidential candidate who has the mindset to develop the country.
Nurses want to be post-exam also. When the other man was there, he said posting is not easy. But under this MPP government, just recently, 15,000 nurses have been granted clearance.
Dr. Bawumia said his government will initiate measures to ensure prompt payment of the allowances.
We have restored the nursing training allowances. There may be delays, yes, but allowance delayed is better than allowance cancelled.
He also mentioned the restoration of tax waivers on vehicles for nurses.
The former president, when he was president, took away the car import duty waiver for nurses. You remember that? Yes, I'm bringing it back for all nurses. The car import duty waiver is coming back.
He appealed to the students to vote for him and Dr. Bernard Okoboy in the upcoming election.
Players in the nutrition, child hunger and food security space have sent a clarion call on the government and state agencies to step up efforts to control the wanton destruction of the environment by illegal mining because it has negative impact on food security, child hunger and malnutrition. The National Coordinator, Micronutrition Deficiency Program at Ghana Health Service, Madam Veronica Corti, says these activities and the chemicals used do not only destroy the environment but pose a serious threat to child development.
The free world is possible. Inspired by this calling, they are advocating for the national policy changes that contribute to improve food security and nutrition for the world's most vulnerable children, families, and communities. This is in response to the challenges brought about by climate change, conflict, and the cost of food increasing the number of children in need of aid. Children bear the brunt of the food crisis and suffer from severe hunger and malnutrition, a condition that continues to jeopardize their ability to survive, thrive, and reach their full potential. At the policy dialogue on food security, child hunger, and malnutrition by partners in health and food security in Accra, players resolved that intensive collaboration between policymakers, health experts, and other stakeholders are a critical means to end child hunger in Ghana. Mr. Maxwell Amedi is Food Security and Resilience Technical Program Manager at World Vision Ghana.
My brother was talking about Galamsey issue. Galamsey issues coming in is very critical. You know, we have destroyed our water bodies, and this has implication on the precipitation cycle in the sense that this will affect the rainfall that we do have, you know, to support production. And so we need to all work together, the faith community, the chiefs, the farmers, and even the youth. We need to stand and move away from Galamsey. We need to say no to Galamsey to be able to stand as a country, to have adequate food, to be able to eat, and also to feed this country.
Madam Veronica Corte is National Coordinator, Micronutrients Deficiency Program, Ghana Health Service. She expressed worry about the devastation of farmlands and its impact on food security and child hunger in Ghana.
Because food is grown on land and soil. So if the farmlands are destroyed, it means that we are not able to grow enough food because the farmlands will not be there. The water bodies are being destroyed. Once we destroy our forests and destroy our water bodies, it will also affect climate, and therefore rainfall patterns will be changed. And we know that in Ghana we depend on rainfall for cultivation of our crops, and so then it will affect crop cultivation and then the availability of food.
This vision and work is deeply rooted in Sustainable Development Goal 2 to end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture.
Foreign funds where Guinea-Bissau's President Umaro Sissoco Embalo said on Thursday he would not run for a second term in the election in November. Mr. Embalo, 51, was elected in January 2020 to succeed outgoing President Jose Mario Vaz. He defeated runners Domingos Somio Pereira with 54% of the votes and would have been eligible for another term in office. The unsuspected announcement could trigger a power vacuum and heighten political instability in the coal-prone country of around 2 million people. At the end of the Council of Ministers on Thursday, Mr. Emalu said his wife has dissuaded him from running again. He said his successor would not be Peru nor the other two politicians. Now let's have the weather report for today. That was Madam Felicity Ahafenyo from the GNet. Let's have the winning Thursday Excel Lotto numbers for today. Thursday Excel winning numbers: 38, 87, 63, 79, 26. Thursday Excel winning numbers again: 38, 38, 87, 87, 63, 63, 79, 79, and 26, 26. Now let's flip to the other side where your favorite breakfast team is standing by to give us what we have for our breakfast today. Good morning, team.
Good morning,
What should
Valencia, and who's coming here right now?
Hi,
Okay, hello,
sir.
Maltiti.
That's
That's
yes, vegetables.
Vegetables, how much, my dear lady?
Should I price the basket for you?
As long as I can afford it, we're good to go.
Yes.
Which means for the first time we're doing our cooking on a Friday. Please, Charlie, read that recipe for us.
Ricing rice drink and melon gravy sauce with rice. What
Charlie,
a rhythm.
Cakes Boutique and therefore there you lie. Oh, they have all the
Everybody,
names.
yes.
So that's happening in about 4 minutes. We've got a lot on today's plate.
Yep.
John Winner is going to be here to talk about his newest project. We're going to the theatres as well with Roverman. And then you sit down with the ladies.
Yes, I sit down with the ladies this Friday. Lots of big stories. The Electoral Commission and the NDC saga about the voter register discrepancies. You know, the filing of nominations. Lots of women who have filed.
Yes.
We'll be diving into all of that on the headline segment.
Of
so
course.
join us.
Of course. And on your messages, 055-556-1034. I wonder what those Galamsey people mining along the roadside at Konongo are doing at this time. Yesterday, by this time, we saw them doing their stuff.
I wonder, nothing happened, so I'm sure they're still there. I doubt they will know they were on TV yesterday.
The president has ordered the police and military to crack down on Galamsey activities. Let's see how that goes. You're watching GTV Breakfast. Welcome. Friday the 13th of September, 2024.
Right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's TGIF, baby. Thank God it's Friday edition of #GTV Breakfast, and it's time now for your motivational boost for the weekend. Have you ever had a feeling that whatever you think about later on in your life, you realize that it's happening? Or perhaps you tell yourself, oh, I haven't done this thing in a while, and very soon you see it happening. Well, today our quote from James Allen says, "You are today where your thoughts have brought you. You will be tomorrow where your thoughts will take you." I'll take that again. You are today where your thoughts have brought you. You will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you. So remember, yesterday I was thinking I have to eat during breakfast. And so my thoughts have brought me to food, and the Kaf is standing by. But before I hand over to Kaf, a little bit of today in history. Today in history, 1985, Super Mario Brothers was released in Japan for the NES, which started the Super Mario series of platforming games. And if you're like me, you remember Super Mario, you remember this game has been with us for a very, very long time, all the way in 1985. And of course, on this day in 2001, civilian aircraft traffic resumed in the United States after the September 11th attacks. So that's your Today in History for this morning. And today my thoughts have brought me to breakfast. Cap, back to you.
Jay, I want to feed you.
Incidentally, that's our last conversation for the day.
Exactly. So I'm going to be feeding you some really good food. They will describe it for us because they are used to giving us crazy titles, which we love.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. It's first time ever our cooking segment is on a Friday. So I'm going to have my apron done right now. So please wear my apron for me. I beg you. Thank you. All righty. Okay. And you tied for me. And they are from Cakes, Boutiques, and Decor. And the lady tying the apron is called Erica. And to my left is Constance. Constance, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Okay. Happy Friday to you.
Thank you.
What are we cooking today? Thank you, by the way, Erica. What are we cooking?
So, pairing rising rice drink and then melon gravy rice with braised rice.
Okay.
So we are rhyming today.
Okay.
Rice.
So the gravy is going to be made from melon?
Yes.
Watermelon?
Exactly.
Well, tomatoes finish for town.
See, these days, tomatoes will be going very soon. So we want to find a substitute before the tomatoes goes.
Okay, all right. Okay, good. So list the ingredients for us from here all the way to here.
Okay, all right. So we have our blended pepper, seasoned chicken, our local spice oil, tomato puree, melon,
okay,
and then the rice.
Okay.
Or pre-cooked rice.
Pre-cooked rice. What are these guys over here in the corner?
Okay, so these are chopped onions and garlic, and then we have our corn flour to thicken our sauce.
Okay, and then here?
And then some veggies, tomatoes, onion, chili pepper, and then some cucumber.
Okay, and then this way?
So with the rising rice, we have our soaked rice. It was soaked overnight. We have our coconut, ginger, coffee, milk, essence, sugar, and then non-dairy condensed milk.
Condensed milk. Okay, so let's go. We're going to now, first of all, we're going to make what?
Yes, we are going to start with the gravy sauce.
The gravy, the melon gravy?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So first of all...
Everything goes in?
A bit of it.
A little bit, okay. Am I still on stirring duty?
Of course.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go, thank you. That's my weapon.
Yes.
So what's going inside now? This is our protein.
Yeah, protein.
What is it?
Chicken.
Chicken. Okay.
Boneless chicken.
Okay.
Okay, so we drop in our chopped onions
and garlic. Okay, let's stir that.
Yes.
Okay.
To activate the aroma.
Okay. To activate the aroma. I like it. Oh, you go activate your love. You know that song? Activate Stonebwoy.
Stonebwoy.
He has a line like that.
Yeah.
Activate. So we're activating the ginger.
Yes. Activation. Ongoing. So now we drop our proteins in it.
Okay, so here comes the chicken.
Yes. Seasoned with soy sauce, ginger, garlic, onion.
Soy sauce, ginger, garlic, onion. Yeah. What flavor? Wow.
And a little of curry powder in it. Okay. We do the golden brown color. Okay. I'll allow our protein to stir fry for a while.
Okay.
Until it's almost cooked.
So you won't fully cook it?
No.
Okay.
Half done.
Okay. Is that because you add other things to it and then cook it?
Yes.
Okay. Where did you learn how to cook like this?
Okay, so I had passion to cook. So mom gave me a bit of hers, and then I also added a bit of my education to it.
Okay. So you studied it?
Yes, I studied.
Where?
From Saks Kitchen.
Saks Kitchen.
Yeah.
Where are they?
From Bansuman.
Okay.
I also got a little experience from Paloma Hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you still in touch with your teachers?
Yeah, I am. I'm a good student.
Yeah, go back to the teachers and thank them.
When I need help, I just call them and like,
one time.
she needs help, help her out.
Yes.
And then they're always available
Is
to
mommy
me.
still with us?
No,
She
she
passed.
unfortunately.
But did she see you become a chef?
No,
Before
she
she left?
didn't.
Oh, wow.
But that is seeing it.
Yes.
Shout out to that.
One time. Alrighty.
Okay, so I'll add a little of my stock.
This
There's
is
the
the
stock
stock?
here.
Okay. This came from where the chicken was?
Yes, please.
Okay.
To add more flavor to the sauce. Okay. So now I'll take out my chicken.
Okay.
So that we can use the rest of the stock for the cooking.
Alrighty. So everything's gonna go out?
Yeah, everything's gonna go out. Maybe only about 3 or 4, so that we can juice out the rest in it.
Sure. I can see Erica is cutting up the vegetables.
Yes.
Okay.
The big dice.
Okay.
You can now add my.
This is the pepper?
Yes.
Scotch bonnet?
Yes.
AKA Papochito?
Papochito.
Okay.
Killing me for food.
Yeah. Yesterday on the way from Kumasi to Accra, we stopped just before Come and Go to buy plantain. And there was this young girl, she's like maybe 8 years old. She had a Papochito on her head. And she kept insisting, oh, would you like to buy some of my Papochito? And I said, no, we're okay, we're just going to buy the plantain. But she was so persistent, you know, very persistent, very polite and persistent.
I like people like that.
And then finally I said, you know what, I'll buy some of your Papochito. The moment I said, I know what she said, Mupa Nkromasu. I said, yes, this is it, man. That's the best time to ask for.
Yeah.
When somebody has agreed, then you can ask again. Yeah, her timing was just perfect.
I like people who always persist.
She was persistent. We bought it.
Do not give up easy.
No, we bought her pepper.
And the okra?
Okra, we didn't buy the okra. But we're just so freaked out, man. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Yeah. So now that our pepper is simmering, we add our local spice. That is rosemary, bay leaf, and then seasonings. Okay.
The flavor is really nice, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Activating the flavor.
Activation. We want everybody to salivate on set.
Yes. Hashtag salivate on set. So, special shout out to the camera guys.
Yay.
Okay, so this is the...
Okay, so I'm going to add a tomato puree.
Tomato puree?
Yeah, to thicken
Okay.
the sauce. It's like a thickening base
Okay.
to the sauce.
So the music that you hear in the background was recorded by a band called Inchin Band
Chinchimba.
at Virtual Sounds in
I've been watching them.
Asalandown, yes.
They take nice sounds.
Yes.
I just find joy when they're dancing in the house.
They're good. And Virtual is a proud sponsor of our segment, as well as Away Prepared Drinking Water and the Medimosu Garlic Capsules. And we are here to cooking with our friends from Cake Boutique and Decor in Tetegu,
Yes.
Greater Accra region. They come here every week and give us great recipes.
So we're going to add in our white pepper. Spicy. Okay. Salt to taste. Usually people are watching their salt, so this they don't really add a lot of salt.
Yeah.
Chicken seasoning.
Yeah. Chicken seasoning?
Yeah. Chili pepper.
Alrighty. Is that a bonnet again?
Yes, the bonnet again. The
So
top
we have onions in the box.
And we allow it to simmer
Okay.
for a while. And then
the melon is coming in now.
melon is coming.
It's good for men.
Yeah.
Okay? All the red stuff is good for men. Tomatoes, melons. Yeah. If you know, you know.
Men's choice.
Yes. It's good for the prostate, you know? Yeah. Protect the prostate. All the red fruits, tomatoes, melon.
Including beetroot.
Yes, men like their prostate, so. Yeah.
So just in case we are short of tomatoes in town now, it's expensive.
Yes.
And just blend your melon
Okay.
and then use it. You can even add a bit of the chaff to it
Okay. Good.
as a thickening base.
Yes. So what happens when you get these names for these things, then you test them out in the kitchen, right?
Yes.
Okay. When did the name for this one come? When did the idea for this melon gravy come?
As usual, Erica.
Erica is a smooth operator. Oh, she didn't talk much, but she did drop the recipes. Wave your eyebrows when you see. What is this? Ah, the rest of the chicken.
Yes. Okay. So the team sits down and we discuss. We all bring ideas together, from the names to the ingredients to the presentation.
Okay. And then it works like that.
And it works like that. I mean, my team are so supportive. I couldn't have done it without them.
Yeah.
That's
I'm reading a great book about how we should learn from ants, how to behave. And ants, one of their greatest attributes is teamwork. Yes. Small creatures like that, they can do a lot.
Yeah.
So when you have a great team, you're in good business.
That's supportive.
Yeah.
So
you're in good
supportive.
business.
Okay. So at this level, we'll drop our veggies in it. So
The onions are going in.
onions are going in. Cucumber going in. All diced into big cubes.
Dice means cut up, right?
Cut up.
Okay.
Green pepper. Drop in.
The pepper's going in. This will give you like the crunch, right?
Yeah. Drop it with ground style. A little spring onions just to tease you.
Okay. The spring onions are for teasing us, okay?
Tease us.
Yeah.
I love this song.
Yeah, it's a great song. I think it's Joel Acker. Late great Joel Acker. Great stuff.
And then tomatoes.
Wow. Wow. Music, the food is making me sing. Great music. He was great. Great musician. You ever heard his name? Joel Acker.
Joel Acker.
Joel Acker. Yes.
I think I have.
Yes. He composed the NDC anthem.
Ah.
Yes.
Wow.
The NDC one, not the NPP one.
Ah.
The old one.
Nice. I really love your songs.
Yeah, no, the political songs are nice. One day we'll do a show on that.
Yeah.
That's the great song. Performed by Chin Chin Band.
Chin Chin Band.
Okay, so this looks like it's almost done, right?
Yeah, it's almost done.
Oh, wow.
So now, presentation time.
And it still looks like it's the easiest thing to do in the world, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you put your oil, you put your little flavors inside, then you put the meat inside, then you just start adding things.
Mix.
Yeah, I think I should start doing some of these stew experiments.
I'll visit you anytime you decide to do
that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to serve our braised rice already.
Braised rice?
Yeah.
When you say braised rice, what do you mean? How is it different from cooked boiled rice?
Okay, so we cook it with oil.
Uh-huh.
So that's why it's called braised.
Braised rice.
Oil mixer.
Is that the Angwamu thing they
put about? The
Angwamu
anointed rice.
Anointed? Oh, okay.
A.K.A. anointed rice.
Anointed rice, Angwamu. Okay, all right. Hey, you come do some ketchup. You're putting the rice around some island.
Hey. I did island rice.
It's a sea of rice, man.
I did island
rice. Straight up. Yeah, I'll give you a new name.
Sharp. Updated.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to create a hollow in the middle.
Okay.
So that we can put
our stew inside. Okay. Oh, then you will turn this upside down, correct?
Yes. But you are sure.
Yeah, same sure.
We'll show you pepper.
Get my tad and see.
Show you pepper. Show you ginger. Okay, so I'm going to give it a good press.
Okay, deep press?
Yeah.
So and then you turn it upside down?
Yes, please.
Awesome. Yeah, same sure. All right, okay, then.
Allow it to steam whilst we work on our rising rice.
Okay, rising rice time. Yeah, same share. Constance, yeah, same share. Oh, Erica, yeah, same share. Eja Kabwe, yeah, same share. Go smell pepper.
Go see. See pressure.
Dedicated to the entire viewership of the GTV Breakfast Show. If you get Mata, you go see what will happen. So prepare. Prepare for the days where Mata will come. All righty. So we're going to do our drink now.
Yes.
This is called what? Rising rice drink.
Rising rice drink.
All right. Yeah, I like to move that motor. Boom, boom, boom. So what's going inside first?
Okay, so we are dropping a rice.
Okay. Rice. Rice drink.
Yes, rice drink.
Okay. Rice to rice. Rice for the food, rice for the drink.
Yes.
All right. So was it like cooked or it's raw?
It was soaked.
Soaked rice.
Overnight.
So it's not cooked.
No.
Soaked overnight.
Yes.
Okay, and then some kube.
Kube.
And then akushi.
Akushi.
Good.
Ginger.
And ginger.
That will give us some hotty spicy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What a drink.
The drink is drinking.
Yeah, man. And then what's coming now?
Okay.
Some water.
Water.
Yeah.
Okay, now drive.
You're gonna drive it?
Yep.
Okay, is it on?
Yes.
Are you on? I think you're on. Well, I'll test and see. Yep, you're on. Some training action.
Yes.
So leave the chaff?
Yeah, leave the chaff.
I mean, I go to chop this one. Oh.
Yeah,
but isn't this good?
It's good.
Yeah, so don't throw it away.
Okay.
I'll dispose of it in my stomach.
Nice.
Some good chaff, you know. You can do something with it.
Yeah, you can. I'll create a recipe with it.
Yeah. Okay, so we can...
That's one.
This actually will be healthy. Oh.
Very.
You want some more of the water?
Yeah, some more of the water. Okay. All right. So we'll do the final sieving.
Yeah. Erica, if you throw the chaff away, I'm not your friend.
You have to explain.
I want to taste some of that chaff later on. It should be quite nice. Yeah, so keep it for me.
So we'll do the second sieving.
Oh, a second sieving?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a finer sieve?
Yeah, the finer
okay.
sieve.
I took away some of the chaff. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So sieving done.
This is going back in?
Nope.
You can stay here?
Stay here.
Okay.
Okay, so now we'll drop in
the other stuff. What do you want first?
Sugar.
Sugar?
All right.
What else?
Coffee.
What else? You like sack?
Yeah.
More?
Yeah, more.
All?
No. Okay. It's okay.
Then?
Condensed milk.
This is condensed milk. This is condensed milk.
Great. I see the caramel color.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
Good?
Milk? Yeah.
Good. Milk?
Yeah, milk. Everything.
Everything.
So creamy.
Very creamy.
Okay, so now these are vanilla and coconut essence.
Good?
Right, yep.
Ice blocks?
Yes, ice blocks. Best taste when it's chilled.
Okay.
I'm a musician now. So we're going to pour.
Okay.
Give it a little shake.
Little shake. All right. I was looking for your funky straws. All right. So it's gonna go there, right?
Yes.
Hey, Oja. Hey, Oja. Okay, so now we're gonna crown it.
Yes.
Just in time. We have 3 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Oh. All right. Looks like a volcano.
Yeah.
And this is the lava.
Yes.
All right. Here comes the lava, man. Melon lava. Okay. So the tokro was for that?
Yes.
Okay. That's what we're talking about. You have some tissue there? Yes. I'll show you the skills that you've taught me.
I know, right? Thank you.
Yeah. Do. Yes. Yes. I can see what you're doing. There's one for display and one for eating.
Yes.
So this is for display. Yes. This will be for eating.
Yes.
Good. Erica, here you go. Please bring the fork to be ready. There's a fork there with my name on it. Yeah.
Chef Cap.
I think I should have some. I deserve some of that cucumber. Thank you. Thank you very much. There you go. Okay, so that's what we got here. A rising rice drink is what you see here. It's a mixture of wonderful stuff. And then you have your melon gravy inside the rice island. All brought to you by the people whose name is on my apron. Cakes Boutique and Decor. They are doing the stuff. Valerie has the timing of a well-set clock. She got in right on time. Yes. She gave me the sign. She said, I'll be back. I'll be back. She's going to eat some. She won't talk. As long as she doesn't talk. Don't talk. Just eat. Let me feed you. There's a play at the end of today's show called Let Me Feed You. This is the play. Say, You want the meat? Okay. You want some more? You love it? Smell on the inside, though. Take vegetable. Take vegetable. Tell me what it tastes like.
It's crunchy, it's spicy, but I was expecting it to be like a bit sugary. It's not.
It's nice. You love it?
Love it.
All right.
Sorry, though.
She's up next with the social media corner with Jay, a hungry Jay, but it's okay. He'll take care of it. So this is it. What would be the budget for something like this?
If you can budget about 180 cedis for 4 portions.
Good. We're good to go.
You're good to go.
All right. How to get in touch with you?
So you can reach us for Tetegu Wager. Follow us on all our social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And admission is still in progress. And then join our YouTube programs. It's really educational. You have to come and join us.
All righty.
Boutique and Decor. Just do it.
Got it. And that's Constance and Erica and me, Kaf, with the wonderful recipe, rising rice drink and melon gravy. This show is brought to you, as always, every day by Fletcher Sound Lab. They gave us a great music. The music was performed at their studio, and they provide the best of equipment and instruments. Awake purified drinking water, and of course, Medimosus garlic capsules. My name is Kapwi Day. Up next is the social media corner with Val and Jay, and sports right after that, and then headlines also right after that, and then John Winner right after that, and then I want to feed you right after that. Stick around, don't go anywhere. Right after that.
Yeah, right.
Coming live from the capital. This is the Breakfast Show. Coming live from the capital. This is the Breakfast Show.
Hi.
Welcome.
Sup, welcome to the social media corner. It's TGIF, baby. We're thanking God it's Friday.
Look who decided to join me this whole week, you know. I've been going solo for a while. People thinking I'm still single, but my companion is finally in. So
we're back. Our partnership. Yes. I take it in the face. Guys, welcome.
TGIF, baby. Yeah. And this is how we set in the mood for the weekend. I know in Chinchimban played us just before we came in, but hey, enjoy the weekend. And this is how we set the ball rolling.
Ta-da. It's TGIF, and this is how we are entering the weekend. So on our first trend...
Well, I actually thought they'll play the video.
Again.
Yeah, so this is how we're entering the weekend.
Where's the sound? So this is our mood. I don't know if you've seen Kofi Kinata's socials, man. After that mention from Otumfuo, this is how Kofi Kinata be working all day. TGIF. So we are beginning with election 2024, and beginning from Monday, presidential aspirants have been filing their nominations at the EC. So our people there, Hego Owusu, shout outs to you for doing that. So we are bringing you except of Equia Donko. She is a presidential hopeful.
Yes, and she also filed her nominations yesterday at the EC. She has a wonderful message from Ghanaians. We'll play the video when we come back. We'll read a few of the comments from social media.
So baby, you don't know. Yamaho Kwan say, "Utumi any ukabi kakra." Actually, commission no any of my Ghana, and see, I know one Kwan say to me, yes, I.
And no. The Yamia say a way. The Yamia say any day. The Yamia say, Yamia for me pay. The pay now, we want my own. We want to go. That's the first one I go for the side of pay. Yeah, friendly, James. I am Yameba. Yamedina May. Will be a man in ye. No, my Ghana, a be and I'm a betting tea. And yeah, no. It's a cost of one pie view. Say, will be a da. Yeah, not you say. Obey a bonnet, once a son agony. Once a son agony, no, Yamin if I Yamin Kwan, young 45, when Yamin at an ablade to be a why did I do say? Obey one of when they won't only say, so charm and I'm not one about go to moon. And to be as a son agony, one page, papa. You're fantastic, I didn't play for it. And yeah, no, Madame wants it, a year, and yeah, no.
Trend.
Now, if they say never give up was a person, it will be her, because she's been filing her nominations from time immemorial, up to date. Who knows, perhaps this year is for her. It's still possible. I'm just saying. But who has your vote? Do you think she has your vote?
No, she doesn't.
Oh, okay. So let's read a few of the comments from social media. Onia says she's so happy. Oh, my. Okay. This one is a bookshop. Max says what I was just saying. If don't give up was a person. Aviation mechanic says we wish her luck. This might be her time. Never say die, woman. Madam Ikea don't call. You got my vote, mommy. Okay. How do you say that?
Okay.
I'll leave it to the ladies.
She's so happy. Oh, my Ikea don't call me. I'm the coolest guy. I hope the relationship allowances is still in her policy. Charlie, we need to look at that policy again.
But you already said she doesn't have your vote.
Yeah, but I'm just curious. She doesn't have my vote. How's that?
What if she fights Galamsey?
No, she doesn't have my vote.
Whatever, bro. I'm even tired of this country. There should be a way to even limit some people below a certain criteria from participating in this. But your engineer, Damien, your wedding is blowing my mind. Yeah. So those are a few of the reactions on social media. When I saw yesterday, I was very surprised. I was like, oh wow, she's still in the race. Yeah, she's still in the race. So yes. So
So kudos to her and to the people supporting her. Let us know, for real though, will you vote for Ikea Donko? And if you will vote for her, why? Let us know. Our socials are active. Our WhatsApp is 055-5561034. We are also GTV Ghana everywhere. Jay was an extra.
She'll be Ikea Donko's running mate. She's saying she doesn't have the vote. That's because she's going to be the running mate. You should say amen. Anyway.
It ain't happening. It's not happening. She doesn't have
There's the whole, controversy going on. It's not really a controversy, but CAF has shut down Baba Yara Stadium. We can't play our qualifying matches there anymore. And then news reports are coming in that we now have to go and play in Nigeria. And so when people heard that, we are like, we are dead. You know how we are always beefing, and now we are going to play our match. No, we are. So now
we'll lose before we even play the match because we'll mess up our cycle.
They even just come and stand at the stadium. They'll just look at us.
Hey, Ghana people.
They don't need to say anything.
So now GFS, they are saying that they are going to be putting up the University of Ghana Stadium up so that CAF can consider playing those matches there. And so CAF say they are coming to inspect the UG Stadium. So
we just read the last bit of the statement, which is that the Ministry of Youth and Sports is confident that the University of Ghana and Accra Sports Stadia will get the requirements for CAF's Category 3 matches remaining national stadia to meet the standards required by CAF Category 3 matches. This is signed the Public Relations Unit, and so hopefully once the inspection is done, then the matches can be played in those stadia. And a few of the reactions from social media. Of course, you can imagine it's like there's a lot more bars going on, but there's a few we have for you.
This is Ikea Donko's own.
Yeah, so let's see. Hood Blogger over here have a Hood Blogger said yesterday in
Pony. Hey, it's about time we take things serious in this country, especially when it comes to sports facilities. GFA and NSA can't manage the affairs of our sports, or what? The ministry is there talking about building astroturfs. That thing is yawa.
Yes, and Delali Frank Awute says the UG Stadium itself is even managed by the school. But the thing about the grass is that it was bad when they handed over to the school. How do you know this, Delali? Let us know. Theophilus says this is a very big disgrace and embarrassment to the government and people of Ghana as a whole. After hosting the African Games a few weeks ago, we cannot boast of even one pitch to play an international game. Shame on all those in charge of our sports.
I think the University of Ghana administration should still keep charge of the sports stadium, because we know that when they do give it to the GFA, Charlie is going to go to...
Shots fired. Okay, so moving on to the VMAs, Tyler won big, the Afrobeats category, the whole water. Make me sweat.
Challenge. That challenge. I saw Rich Cartel doing it the other day. Yes, indeed. So Tyler, the guys actually won at the Tyler Water Challenge because everybody was like, why are they doing it? And it was so good. So if you don't remember the Water Challenge, Tyler is a South African artist,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she just burst out onto the scene, make me sweat, and the challenge is such that you have to, like, you know, pour water. It's a very seductive thing, and
As soon as you hear the song playing, then you check on your man, like, what's he watching? What's he
so
watching?
it caught fire across social media, and deservedly so. She has won the
VMAs, yeah. And then she says that she represents Amapiano, which originated in South Africa. Later on, we'll go and take it, and then we'll claim it as ours. But enjoy her speech she gave in recognition of the award.
Just beautiful,
Yeah.
just beautiful. And guess what? Do you know the number of times she mentioned Africa in there? She never for once said South Africa.
Yeah.
She mentioned it 5 times. 5 times.
Yeah.
And that's pushing African creativity. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and then towards the end too, you realize we're loving her for that.
Yeah.
So, trending issues still.
Yes. How many times do people come up to you and propose that, like, they want to be your soulmate and stuff like that in like a week? Can you count the number of people?
No, but I know that most of them are joking.
Oh,
But
what if
Joshua
it's
is
for
right
real?
here. Joshua is right here.
Oh,
Joshua says it like 3 times a week.
You know what? Joshua is not joking. Joshua
He
broke
says
down the
it
walls
3
of
times a
Jericho.
week.
If you'll be there, you'll be there. So anyway, for Amabella, if somebody doesn't propose to her within 3 months and all that, she gets depression. Watch this video.
Life may not be moving to so if
Charlie, people, you need to tell us your stories. Do you
I'm
also
sure
feel
is
depressed?
Joshua is standing by to tell us whether he's depressed or not, if his proposals are seen as, But, speaking of Joshua, there's this man too who, when it comes to love, this is what he has to say. You realize that the man is going through a lot. Just enjoy this one.
Pains. Let's go pains. Enjoy our next video. The man is in pains.
You don't give up on love. I don't give up. Tender fire love. Punish love. Love mama. Love your mama if you don't hear me. Okay.
So that man, he doesn't want to hear anything about love. Like, that's it. They thunder fire them like, hey,
we need to hear his story. It has to be a backstory.
A very, very terrible one.
Okay. So there are some people who cannot absolutely stay away from their phones. Staying away from social media is like, go into proper depression. But there's one man who I absolutely love his style. Pep Guardiola says that he stays away from everything social media. This is a video we chanced across. So.
No, and for being a Manchester United fan, I feel she's betraying you people. Pep is for Manchester City, and her right there. You know what? You watch it. I'll deal with her when we come back after this video. Yes.
Yes, and you're not part.
In social media in the first place. Yeah. So he didn't catch on and he's not addicted. Lucky you, Pep. Lucky you.
Very, very lucky. Like we'll give ourselves pep talks, to get ourselves off social media. Yes.
Righties. So our next trend, how would you get your grandma to like enter an MRI machine? Mind you, the MRI machine is like some sort of coffin. So how would you get? Yeah, that's how it's like. How would you get your grandma to enter a coffin? This is an interesting video. We hope you like it.
Nene wada tatu misa diwada ya nene wida ni wada tatu mara milioni fulani na milioni dola ngan apa lagi ni ya to milioni kita na pilia ganga na tendi ete ko tendi wai
I do not understand the language, but we all understand the mula.
We understand what's happening there. And anyway, this is what time will allow us for. But Kim Palute's Makoma is out.
Finally. Yes, Sifiano is out.
Yes.
Enjoying airplay. So go out there and update your playlist.
Yes.
Heading over to Studio 5 for sports.
Once again, it's time for us to come your way with the sports updates. My name is Akusia. In our first story, we're looking at some reactions that have come from certain coaches after the CAF ban on the use of the Baba Yara Stadium. And so Dreams FC coach Abdul Karim Zito believes the Confederation of African Football's ban on Ghana's Baba Yara Stadium could serve as a wake-up call for the country's football authorities. CAF withdrew its approval of the Baba Yara Stadium after highlighting persistent issues with the pitch, meaning Ghana is now likely to play their upcoming 2025 AFCON qualifying matches away from home. The Ghana Football Association has been instructed to find an alternative venue outside Ghana for the fixtures. According to Zito, the ban will push authorities to address the persistent issues that have plagued the stadium and other facilities in Ghana. Karim Zito, who also coaches the national U19 team, highlighted the impact poor pitches have on player performance, explaining that the Black Stars players are used to top quality pitches abroad, making them uncomfortable when playing at home. According to him, our players are used to quality pitches outside, so they feel uncomfortable when they come home to play. In some other stories, at the CAF Coaches Symposium, reflecting on a record-breaking African Cup of Nations tournament held in Cote d'Ivoire, Black Stars head coach Otto Addo speaks highly of Kwesi Appiah and urged his players to show passion when they face Sudan next month.
Besides a good coach, he's also a good person. I really, really like him. And yeah, I wish him all the best, but against us, surely it's not possible. I think the biggest thing is that we show passion, and this was lacking in the last game against Niger, and we have to bring this passion back on the field. Besides all the tactics and the individual quality, we have to show the passion, especially defensively, and the intensity defensively to beat this team. And if we show it, I think everything is possible, and we can take some points from them.
In some other stories, Black Stars striker Antoine Semenyo has been named the AFC Bournemouth's Player of the Month for August after an explosive start in the English Premier League. The Ghana international has notched up 2 goals and provided an assist in 3 Premier League games for Bournemouth in this campaign so far. Semenyo is expected to continue his impressive output this weekend when Bournemouth hosts Chelsea at the Vitality Stadium. Stars defender Alexander Djiku has returned to training with Fenerbahce after missing the September 2024 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. The Fenerbahce centre-back sustained an injury in a match against Alanyaspor just before the international break, which kept him out of the games against Angola and Niger. However, the 30-year-old is making good progress in his recovery at the Fenerbahce training complex. Djiku remains doubtful for the upcoming game against Kasim Pasa this weekend, but he is expected to be fully fit for the derby against Galatasaray the following week. Premier League, Accra Hearts of Oak coach Abubakar Ouattara believes the game against Kpando Hearts of Lions will be a very tough test, but believes the Fovians will give out an improved performance. Remember, the Hearts of Oak lost their opening fixture to debutants Baseke Holy Stars at the Accra Sports Stadium last weekend.
Tough match. It's one of the most strong team in this league. Since I came, we play 2 times against them, but it's not easy. In Kumasi and Accra or more Cup, I think they have a strong side. be a tough match. We are going to defend ourselves.
We are playing away, and there is a saying, playing home has a different strategy, and playing away has a different strategy. Are you trying to adjust your strategy playing away in Pando?
But yes, when we are playing home, for the last game, we lost the game. We're trying to do something, but away team, I think away matches, for me, away or home, as a folk need to get a good result. Good result is very mean to go and play just like that. We have a plan. We are going to play and trying to get maximum success, maybe to bring something house and to continue the rest of the game.
The players in camp now, are they all fit for the Sunday's match?
Well, you see, the players are.
And now let's go through the fixtures for match day 2 of the Ghana Premier League.
Some concept.
The Legon Sports Stadium, Legon Cities will play against Mediema SC tomorrow. Bechem United, Brecum Chelsea on Sunday will play against Karela FC, while Hearts of Lions will play against Hearts of Oak. Baseke Holy Stars at home will host Dreams FC. Then Young Apostles will play against Nations FC. Bechem United will slug it out with Ejana Stars. And then on Monday, Accra Lions will play against Vision FC. FC Summer Texas game against BBN Gold Stars, as well as Asante Kotoko's game against Nswatraman FC, have been postponed due to Summer Texas involvement in the Champions League and Nswatraman FC's involvement in the CAF Confederations Cup. And so after match day 1 is Nswatraman at the top on 3 points with 2 goals, while BBN Gold Stars, Mediema SC also at the second position with 3 points. Baseke Holy Stars also winning their game, while Asante Kotoko won their game. And so at the 6th to the 10th position, we have Ejana Stars, Hearts of Lions, Dreams FC, Vision FC, and Nations FC, who all got 1 point each. From the 14th position, which includes Legon Cities, Hearts of Oak, Karela United, Accra Lions, and Young Apostles, who all lost their match day 1 game. We still continue with our stories here, and Ghanaian winger Abdulaziz Isa has drawn comparisons between his playing style and that of Barcelona's rising star Lamine Yamal following his recent transfer to the Spanish giants. Isa, who also joined Barcelona on a season-long deal with an option to buy, made the statement during his unveiling alongside Ghanaian player David Ojo. Andrew and Aziz and David are working hard to make sure they blast into that first team for FC Barcelona. In some other stories, the Confederation of African Football has donated over $14 million to Cote d'Ivoire. This generous contribution comes from the CAF Legacy Fund and in recognition of Cote d'Ivoire's successful hosting of the 2023 African Cup of Nations. The announcement was made by Dr. Patrice Motsepe, the president of the Confederation of African Football, who emphasized the importance of this donation for the future of football in the country. The 2023 AFCON was a remarkable event, drawing international attention to Cote d'Ivoire and showcasing the nation's capability to host such a prestigious tournament. Well, that's it for the sport on the GTV. But for our viewers on GTV Sports Plus,
.7:35 GTV Breakfast. Val, did you know that in some parts of the West, they don't have a 13th floor or a 13th room in their hotels because they find 13 to be an unlucky number, and especially Friday the 13th is a big no-no, but we are in Africa.
But what happened? Why is Friday the 13th such a big deal?
Just that whole 13 is supposed to be an unlucky number, and then when you put it on Friday, which is an insult to all of us who were born on Friday, you know. And if my mother had waited a week later, I would have been born on Friday the 13th.
yeah, true.
But it will still make no difference to her because we don't believe in those things. We believe in black cats and dwarfs and things like that, you know.
Black cats with 3 legs, yeah. I saw one this morning here at GBC.
A black cat?
Yes, and it was hopping. It had 3, missing 1 leg.
Did you say Jesus?
No, I just went backwards. Good morning.
Headlines.
Meow.
Okay, what's the big one?
Okay, boost for road construction. President inaugurates 40 million bitumen plant to help reduce cost of imports.
Okay, we've got the PNP flag bearer unveiling a vision for Ghana, plans to introduce price control measures.
Okay, more childhood cancer cases remain undiagnosed and treated. Dr. Tego is telling us
And
this.
3 more presidential candidates filed nominations to contest December 7th poll. That was yesterday. There's a lot more are filing in today. She did there. Papa, that's your Ghanaian Times today. The big one for the Daily Graphic.
Trust EC for credible register. Deputy Chair assures political parties.
Fighting Galamsey, marshal security to eliminate menace, the GPCC urges the government. Picture there of Apostle Eric Nyamiche, who is the chairman.
Yeah. We will reopen discussions on handing over mission schools. Mahama is saying this.
Rent Control launches a digital platform to address loopholes.
Okay. Sunyani East. History favors MPP.
Okay. That's your daily graphic this morning. More headlines for you this morning. The Chronicle, big one.
Mahama promises fiscal discipline when voted for in December.
Galamsey and community mining are not the same, says Miriku Duka.
Rent Control Department launches online platform.
Sports Minister Mustafa Yusuf and his NSA boss Moscow, we can't even grow grass under their watch. Page 15, today's Chronicle.
The best for the day, Cap.
Luke 16, verse 10. One who is faithful in a very little is also faithful in much. And one who is dishonest in a very little is also dishonest in much.
What a word.
That's
Amen.
the word, Luke 16:10. Chronicle. Daily Guide, big one.
2024 elections, Bawumia Mahama go neck to neck. Okay.
NDC rebel leader arrested.
Government sends police military to Galamsey site.
And there's another story on the bitumen plant that's been opened by the president. That's your Daily Guide this morning. What are the big ones? What are the headlines for the next, the other couple? Okay, so Daily Dispatch.
Okay, EC reacts to NDC's claim of illegal voter transfers and other issues.
Mahama's 2024 manifesto was silent on his Galamsey amnesty promise.
Kufuor orders security deployment to crack down on Galamsey.
All righty, so that's your Daily Dispatch this morning. The National Voice.
Mahama vows to imprison Galamsey operators.
Atlantic Lithium granted environmental permit for Ewoya project.
Right. MPP launches party card vending system to boost membership drive.
Okay, all right. And that's your National Voice this morning, Friday 13th September 2024. Daily Analyst.
Galamsey crackdown. More Galamsey stories. Kufuor deploys police and military as CSOs, organized labor, others mount pressure.
Related story. Redeem your presidency and act now. Media coalition tells Akufo-Addo.
Okay, more Galamsey. Duncan Williams, others call for immediate ban on Galamsey.
3 alleged land guards arrested for attacking police officers at Comet Estates.
Right. More Galamsey stories. Mazda demands immediate action.
Wow.
Threatens something protest.
Mass protest.
Yeah.
A revocation of fund management license. Government releases 1.5 billion cedis to affected investors. It looks like Galamsey is raining.
As it should be.
Yeah. What happened, man?
Well,
what happened?
We've been making noise.
Exactly. The Daily Searchlight.
Sinking the economy. Part 12 of Ghana records huge decreases in oil revenue. Between 2022 and 2023, Ghana's revenue decreased by about $350 million.
Fight against Galamsey. Lands Minister seeks media support as government ramps up radical measures.
Okay, more Galamsey stories. Let's intensify our efforts to halt Galamsey activities to avoid future catastrophe. DGA to Ghanaians.
Okay, and some good news on the Shishiman Rural Bank front, recording 121% increase in profit before tax. Okay, that's your Daily Searchlight this morning.
More papers.
Daily Post.
Okay. NDC outlines reasons Ghanaians must join Enough is Enough demo.
Arrest and prosecute Pius Hajide for openly admitting he took people to Australia for Commonwealth Games, says the NDC.
Okay. And that's it.
Daily Post. How do you say enough is enough in Ghana? Tommy. Ataya.
Ataya. Phono. Ataya.
In ever you say aglo. Aglo. And you for frown your face. Aglo.
Eto.
What's next after headlines?
So after headlines, we're having conversations with an intimate worshipper, John Winner.
Okay.
And then later on, we are going to the theaters. Feed me.
Okay. Let me feed you. I'm going to feed her. Matiti has a headline.
Hello, good morning. Welcome back to GTV Breakfast. And just gone by is the top stories that are making headlines we'll be diving into shortly. This is the headline segment. I am Maltiti Saida Sadiq. But just before we do that, let's cross over for a Keep an Eye segment. And today we're bringing you a live report from Bolgatanga. Our correspondent, Peter Agengre, is standing by now to bring us the current state of the Bolgatanga-Boko-Pulmakum Road in the Upper East region. So, hi, Peter. Good morning. What's going on in Bolga about that road infrastructure?
Good morning. And I'm coming to you live from Bolgatanga in the Upper East region. You remember that this part of the road, this is the road that was awarded on contract in 2016 by former President John Dramani Mahama. We're talking about the Bolgatanga-Boko-Pulmakum Road Network. This particular road project was awarded somewhere in 2016. And just like you are seeing, this is part of the road that is linking the Bolgatanga Central and that of the Bolgatanga East district. From Bolgatanga East district, you get to the Napdam and other districts connecting, getting up to Boko. Now, this part of the road has deteriorated for the past few days because, you see, this is where there's a bridge or the biggest kola that is connecting the two districts. This particular area that you can see on your shot was done somewhere in 2022. Later in 2023, the contractor left the site. And we were told in June 2024, this year, by the Minister of Roads and Highways who visited the district or who visited the Upper East region to inspect the level or the state of the roads in this part of the region. Mr. Francis Asensu-Boache, he told us that this particular road the contractor will resume work on this particular road very soon. That was what he told us. That was in June this year. 3 months down the line, it is still in a deplorable state. Now, you can see how this Kandu driver is trying to maneuver with his passengers across. It is going all that way up to Zuarungo in the Bolgatanga East district. That is how the situation is here. We are lucky that today it has not rained, or this day it has not rained. But during rainy seasons, or when it rains, you see that this whole place, there'll be a lot of water collected here. And so when riders or when passengers, when drivers get here, they will have to wait here, slow down, and be able to maneuver their way out. This is the current state of the Bolgatanga-Boko-Pulmakum Road project here in the Upper East region. I want to just see whether I can spot some of the road users, some of the motorists to also tell us how they see or when they are riding on this particular road, how they feel. This is a gentleman who is, I'm sure he's transporting his ward to school. If you can tell us, you have been using this road. How is it to ride from Bolga to cross to where you are going? The road is very bad. If you say it is very bad, what do you mean? Like what? It means the road is not good at all. You know, we have been complaining, but we are praying God that the government will look at it. Okay. How they will help them do this thing. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Right. So you heard from this gentleman how he has just explained to us how difficult it is for them to cross this road. Yes. So let's see whether we can equally talk to this lady who has also been equally been using the road. Yes, if you can talk to me, I want to find out from you, how is it riding from that side to this side of the road?
It's very bad. Actually, the road is very bad. Especially when you take your place and you are going, it's very bad. It can cause accidents.
Okay.
So the government has to.
Right. All right. So thank you very much. So she is on her way, also going to work, and this is the same road that connects Bolgatanga Central and that of Bolgatanga East this week. And so this is just a little I can tell you. You can see that some water is collected here. That's to tell you that, yes, whenever it rains, this is how we get the situation on the grounds here. This whole place is something else. It is no longer looking like a road, and that is linking the capital of the Upper East region. This, you can see that heavy traffic, heavy trucks use this road, even connecting to Boku, and this is how the situation is now in the Upper East region. All right, so we are just still waiting on the Roads and Highways Minister to come back again and tell us when the contractor is returning, because he even told us that the contractor was going to return very soon. But as it stands now, the contractor has not yet returned, and work has still not resumed on the project. And so we are continuing to pray and hope that government will listen to us and get the contractor back on track to come back and continue the rest of the road.
On the Bolga-Boko-Pumalkum Road in the Upper East region, and Peter Gengwe is our correspondent in the Upper East region, telling us the state of that road and how important road infrastructure is to the livelihoods of the people. Those who ply the roads, you saw the tricycle riders talking about, calling on government and the authorities that be to take a look at that road, because it connects, a trade place like Boko, which is linking to the imports come in and go out from northern Ghana through southern Ghana and even the entirety of Ghana. And so that's Peter Gengwe with that report for our Keep an Eye. The show is proudly brought to you by Wake Purified Drinking Water, Virtual Sound, and Medimosis. And you can send us your questions, your thoughts, and comments on 055-556-1034. If you're moving already, just join us on Facebook Live at GTV Ghana. Angle your phone somewhere and join our conversation. On Fridays, we sit with the ladies, and they are already here looking beautiful and ready to, let you know what their various political parties are doing, gearing up to election 2024. GBC's Ghana Wins innovation that we've put together. Looking at the elections. Big stories this morning we're looking at is the fight against Galamsey. It was topical yesterday. It's been topical for the past 2 weeks, actually. And so the president has ordered deployment of military and police. Also, we'll be looking at the EC and what it's saying about the elections. Yesterday, we had the Director of Elections and IT for the NDC here, Dr. Amani Boama, and then the women who are filing for the nominations to contest in the December elections as well. Now, let me introduce to you my guest this morning. On my immediate left is Nana Edobia Awoke Kelly. She's a member, National Communications Team, NDC. Nana Edobia, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. And to Nana Edobia's immediate left is Ellen Amadeko, a favorite on the show, National Communications Team, NPP. Good morning, Ellen. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good to have you. Ladies, let me begin with what's on your mind. Lots have happened over the week. Let me start with you, Nana Edobia. What's on your mind?
Good morning to viewers, to everyone here in the studio. Yourself, you are looking good.
Thank you. You're looking good as well.
Thank you. A lot is going on in the country as we speak, especially the cost of living. How things have been difficult if you want to look at rent. And I heard my MP, that's Anabo Esla, saying on another platform that the rent in Ablekuma West is expensive because she's giving us roads. And I was like, how? How can rents go up just because you are giving us roads? When this can be attributed to the economy, how things are being skyrocketed every day. Cement is always going up, iron rods, and landlords are looking at all these factors before they give you their houses or their rooms for rent. And you are saying that because you gave us roads. And I'm asking, which road? Because the main road was constructed by us when Frisbafo, when then that place was Ablikuma South, before it was divided. We used to have a one lane, but now we have a dual carriage road due to the NDC 2013 to 2016, before we left power. She's making some inner routes, yes, but every now and then, as soon as it rains, we see, I don't know, they used to have a name then, but topeting, like I used to call it. They fix it today, they try to fix it today, and tomorrow it's out, just like they do to the motorway. A concrete motorway is now being fixed with bitumen. How do we expect that thing to work? A lot of things that are not going well in the country. And so if you are telling me because you are giving me road, my rent has to go up. I thought she was going to say that, so she's going to do something about it. She's going to make sure that rents will go, or maybe since she's a cabinet minister, going into cabinet meetings, she will say something to the president or whoever is in charge to make sure that certain things are coming down so that we can also have comfortable accommodations as her constituents. But if you tell me rent should go up because my roads are being fixed, I realize she's fixing her mother's area where her mother stays. She's trying to fix those roads down there. And I grew up in the same area with her, so I know how the road used to be. It's unfortunate, but this Akufo-Addo Bawumia government hasn't really helped us as a nation, because looking at all the promises they gave us 2016 and Ghanaians gave them their vote.
All right.
For some of us, we are disappointed.
I will thank you so much for your thoughts on what has been on your mind. Ellen, what's on your mind this morning or the entire week?
Good morning to our viewers. And I'm exhausted. I slept at 2 a.m. yesterday. And the reasons for that is, I want to talk about it this morning. As a nation, I don't think we take mental health issues seriously. Yesterday, or for the past 2 days, I've been dealing with my next door neighbor who has been diagnosed with bipolar, 46-year-old woman. And she lives with her mother, who also has dementia. And for the past 3 years, there have been a few incidences. But for yesterday, we actually I had to go to Dovsu, get Dovsu to come in. And I ended up at the Pantan Hospital around 7 a.m. And by the time we got her committed, and I came, 7 p.m. By the time we got her committed and I came back home, it was 2 a.m. And so my apologies for being late this morning. But and then I got there, and just when we were checking her in, the headmaster of my school, my son's school, was also appeared there with his son. And we were both like, what are you doing here? And it was such a sad situation. And there's something I've realized, we don't talk about it until it comes close to you. I got involved with it because it has gotten to the stage where she was throwing things into my yard. And I have children, as you know, so I mean, there was no one to hold her up. We have to hold her up. I realized that I've lived there with them, in that area with them for over 5 years. And even though, yes, I know there was something wrong with her, and then I realized that we are all living our lives. We are all getting where we forget the neighborliness that we should. Because if we had gotten involved earlier, I'm sure we would not have gotten to this extent. It was yesterday that I realized I have mother too. So from here, we are going to sort out the mother too with the son. The only brother is out of this country. So you can imagine the sort of stress they have been going through for the past 4 or 5 years. And as neighbors, it never did click. And honestly, I've been very sad. And I realize that's how we have all been living our lives for the past
I think that's been the difference between us and the West.
Yeah, but now we are turning
neighborly.
into the West. We have turned into the West because you don't want to talk about somebody's matter for somebody to be in your case. But we have to talk about it because eventually it will get to you. I haven't slept in 3 days. With the noise and the sort of aggressiveness, my children haven't slept in 2 days. So when you have a neighbor, and you notice there's something wrong, I know it's none of your business, especially people who are around, neighbors, family, get involved, because eventually, I'm happy finally we all got involved, because I was wondering, so if we hadn't done anything and she had hit her mother or she had killed her because her mother is elderly, well, then would I be now a good neighbor to go and stand there and then be crying?
Yeah.
And then we should take our mental health seriously, especially with our elders. And it's like, we'll tell the news going around in the area is that the woman is a witch. And she's the one who has done her daughter.
You see?
But it is a clear sign of something being wrong mentally, and we need to look at our mental health issues and how we deal with people. Let me say thank you to the staff that I met yesterday evening at Pantan Hospital, and then to DOVSU or Spintex, the DOVSU unit on the Spintex Road, and all their policemen. Thank you so much, because they were very reactive and they got involved. And I am actually...
Do you think it's time for us to have more elderly homes?
I think we should.
Understand?
There's some in this system, there's some here. And we are going to discuss it, and my neighbor, I'm sure, will move her there eventually. But it's expensive.
It's expensive.
Even Pantan, yesterday, by the time we had left, we had spent over 5,000.
Wow.
So mental health is expensive.
Wow. And we are all supposed to
treating
check
it is expensive. When you allow yourself to go and you have to deal with it, it is as expensive as dealing with diabetes, hypertension, but we should also look at it as a disease and stop this prayer camp matters. I'm not saying people shouldn't pray.
I'm sure it's because of
I
the
pray.
stigma. That's why people don't want to treat
That's
it
why
like
today
it's a
I'm talking
disease.
about it on GTV. I pray. All of us pray. But there are certain things we should take it up early. When you notice there's something wrong with one of your people, the person has started behaving abnormally. Pantan is not too far. Accra Psychiatric Hospital is not too far. There's nothing wrong with going for a psychiatric evaluation. All of us are crazy sitting here. We are just very, there's a thin line between all of us. Exactly. So sometimes you as a person, you feel things are not going right with me. Drive into the psychiatrist, go and see a psychologist, and because we put in so much, we feel like when you enter Pantan, it means you are mad. You are not mad. It was yesterday I realized that they have the whole health service. They have a maternity ward. They have the people actually get health care from them. But because of the psychiatric place, everybody thinks that immediately you enter there, it means there's something. And what is wrong? There's something wrong with you. It's also a disease.
It's okay not to
Anyway,
be okay.
so
That's
people
what
shouldn't be too my face. I'm exhausted. But I mean, yesterday I had to see, and we had to also look at how we care for our elderly. And yesterday it dawned on me that in 2 weeks, in a week, I'll be 42. I'm gradually moving there. In the next 20 years, 25 years, who will stand in for you?
Rather, serious issue that we have to have a somber reflection on as a country. Mental health, the stigma, and even the cost of it, and taking care of our elderly people as well. Where to draw the line between spirituality and medical, situations with our elderly people. Let's dive now into the other big stories that pertain to national development. The president has deployed police and military amid increasing calls on government to temporarily ban small-scale mining. President Akufo-Addo ordered the deployment of the police, and according to sources, the decision was taken after a national security meeting to assess the impact of galamsey on river bodies and the environment. And speaking to the media yesterday, following the press conference by the Media Coalition Against Galamsey, equipment if necessary. Now, yesterday, Kafui Day brought us a report from Konongo in full glare of the public, just not so far from the rent. Awe Dubia, I sat with your Director of Elections yesterday, and even though we talked about the voters register, when I picked his thoughts on Galamsey, he said that you were launching the NDC, if they win power in 2025, will launch an operation, recover all loot, and will prosecute any power that's involved in Galamsey. Let me pick your thoughts on the Galamsey issue that's been running the past 2 weeks. And let me just bring you, I'm sure you've been on
look at everything the current situation. I think Kafu did these things some months back.
Yes.
And I was trying to follow him because some of my part is from the Eastern region. Right. So some of these things affect me directly because you have families there, you have neighbors. Sometimes we might think we are in Accra. But even the water we are drinking,
the fish
is not even coming now. Most of our communities are not fishing now. because the chemicals have killed everything in the water. I remember CAFU and GBC tried to do something. They were trying to trace the water to its source.
Yes.
And I followed that thing a whole, I think 1.5 hours. I was just sitting trying to see if you can see something clear. But nothing was happening. I had to leave because I was also going to another station.
Right.
And I was disappointed. I think when I came back, I tried to go back on your portal to see if I can get whether they got something. But I think they couldn't. And it is so unfortunate. This is how far we have come. I always say this is Ebenezer when it comes to Galamsey.
That's for some of the tracing on our screens right now.
Yes. I think some months back. I went back. I was trying to see if we can see those things we used to see then. But you see, let me draw the minds of Ghanaians to our president, Nana Addo. Do you know, I don't know if Ghanaians do remember or we still know he's the co-chair of the Eminence of Persons on the UNSDGs. But look at where we are now. Look at how bad. We remember, I was asking yesterday on another station that if for 7 years plus, he's not been able to do anything to this Galamsey menace. You came with Vanguard. Galamsey stop or something. I'm not sure.
That was something. Wouldn't you agree?
You came. If he couldn't do anything for all these 7 years,
Even
7
with
years,
launching those operations,
it couldn't help. And today, as an eminent co-chair of a UN SDG, and this is how bad this country has gotten to. He's when we look at the economy, how people are pushed. Yesterday I saw a video. The guy was daring that trace it. I still have it on. I don't know if you've seen that video. We will do this Galam, so we'll make sure this forest turns into a desert.
Wow.
Yes, and if you like, trace where we are. Come and catch us. We will not go and steal.
So brazen.
Yeah, we will not go and steal, but we'll do something to eat. Now, if you look at the young people, most of them are going into this Galamsey because for them, they feel that there's no job. So if I can do something for myself and at least I don't have to be pushed into that poverty line. We have over 850,000 Ghanaians who have been pushed down the poverty line by this government. And so it's not like people wish they can do that. Because I was trying to say on air yesterday that how many people in those areas, my mother was asking, don't they drink the water from the area? How are they surviving? Those Galamseyers, how are they surviving without water? Or when this water is like this? And I'm like, I don't know. I wish I can go to those areas and know at first hand what really is happening. But you see, in all this, we're trying to lump all these illegal miners and those small-scale miners together. People who have license, whose licenses were taken from them through
like
this
it's
Vanguard.
under the guise of the small-scale mining and even community mining that this is happening.
Yeah, we took all the licenses of these small-scale miners, those who have concessions and have mining licenses under the guise of Galamsey. We want to train them how to do safe mining. What happened to it? But at the end of it, we seize all these people's excavators, gave it to party people to go and do more damage to the communities. You sacked people because may I have someone close to me who is into small-scale mining, who is now in the village. He left his village in the eastern region to enter parts of those deep areas to do small-scale mining.
Okay.
But his concessions or his license was taken from him. They took his excavators, and now he's in the village farming.
Okay.
But what happened? Those excavators, they burnt some kind of camouflage or some, I don't know what happened. But we know they brought most of them to Accra. What happened to those excavators? Those excavators found themselves back into our MCs, our DCs, and all those people. And they are using it to mine. And these are people, you are hurting your nation as a government. These things came out in Professor Frimpont's what's the name? Report. And because of that the man was hated for nothing. It's unfortunate we are in a country that we don't really care about our people. And you hear an MP tell us that on the floor of Parliament that you did worse, so we will also do worse than you did. Because if we did worse, based on that, you campaigned against the NDC and we were voted out. I remember Nanado telling Galamsey, yes, maybe say Galamsey, maybe Shemukena. I don't know how I can explain that. He's going to make sure their work is fruitful. They will do better when he comes.
President Akufo-Addo
yes,
said that
during 2016 this thing campaign.
Really?
I don't know if you don't have the video. I'll be shocked if you, because this is an old thing. And based on that, the Galamseyers now every week will organize money and give you, go and use it for your campaign. But when you started this, at least even if you were not true to it, we realized that we were trying to do something. For now, are we seeing the water better before NDC left power? No. So if you are doing something better, you should tell Ghanaians that at least the water is clearer than when NDC was in power. We will see that. The evidence will be there. But we are seeing worse things. Now, as part of Shama, I don't want to mention in English this morning so that people, my daughter was laughing at me the last time I tried it. You know, it's now going to the sea. And we are on a border this time with Cote d'Ivoire.
Right.
So what will happen? We are trying to look for international fights for ourselves as a country. So what can we do as a nation now? Now that we have less than 80, is it 85 or 85 days? How can this thing be fought when, look, this community mining thing is even a fraud.
Allegations founded that political parties are using Galamsey as a campaign gimmick, and that the former President John Dramani Mahama also told Galamseyers that he was going to support them, even though at the time President Akufo-Addo had launched all these operations to halt it.
That thing that they want to take his speech out of context and use it, it won't fly. What did President Mahama say? He was trying to tell Ghanaians or the people that were jailed. I go to a construction site as a laborer. I don't want to be lazy, so I look for something to do. Then I don't know that that land belongs to another person. That maybe the one who employed me was trying to, whatever. We know what happens in Accra. Then I get arrested. Am I the owner of the land? Or am I the contractor? Am I the one building? So you arrested people for trying to put food on their tables. Meanwhile, those behind it, those are the party kingpins of the MPP, the MC, the DCs, even we have assemblymen who go to concession sites. They take money, the security agencies, these national security people, they go to those areas and they are making monies out of these people.
We don't have NDC MPs complicit in Galamsey operations.
NDC MP, mention names. When Professor Frimpong Boateng brought his, did he mention any name? At least we know of Anna's expose of Charles Bissiou. It's unfortunate when things are going on this tangent in this country. Honestly, if they couldn't do anything all these years, almost 8 years, is this 85 days or 80 days less? Okay. If I should put it, I don't know when they will start doing this. Because this Operation Vanguard or Operation Galam Stop even brought more corruption to the people who were asked to go and work in those areas. They were taking Galamseyers money. So they will gather now and protect them to mine. And meanwhile, this mining thing is affecting all of us. Look at the water. Accra, most of that, us on this side, we drink from the Densu, the Weja. And so if water is coming from part of the eastern region, it gets into the Densu and it gets here. And what do we see now? Most of us, this morning, I had to go and carry water. So before I can get water to bath, I had to a man who is in my neighbor who has a big tank for free. Because there's no water for days.
Right.
And when you talk, they think you are doing politics. This has nothing to get to do with
politics. Is this a national crisis?
It's a national thing, and it's affecting us. This is clean water compared to what we have now. Because if you look at, I don't know if you have that video too. The water from that river into the sea.
Yes.
You see how dirty the sea is. And this is the unfortunate thing that is happening to us as a nation. And we are chopping Abidjan salmon, which is more better than the Ghanaian salmon. So I don't know if this water, what it will do to the Abidjan salmon now.
When we are eating from them,
we are now destroying their seeds.
Right. So that you tell me what the NDC is planning to do about this, if they should wrestle. Pa Ellen, The president has spoken. The lands minister has spoken as well. What's happening? Are MPP, MPs, DCEs, MCAs complicit in this Galamsey operations? And why haven't the operations to halt Galamsey been fruitful?
Good morning to our viewers once again. There's a big difference between small-scale. The problem in the last 15 to 20 years is the fact that this current generation have decided that we are moving the mining from the land onto water. So I want us to get some demarcations right. There's nothing wrong with mining and mining correctly.
Right.
We have done that for centuries in this country. The problem we are having now in the past 20 years is the fact that our current generation have decided that we don't want the gold on land. We want the gold in our rivers. And it is a menace we have to talk about because I don't get it. When you can get the gold on land and you decide that you would get into the water, left to me alone, I have said it somewhere, I'll repeat it here. I know we are under the rule of law now, but left to me alone, the president should send the military onto the rivers and shoot and kill anybody we see you on the river doing Galamsey. Because what you are doing, you are killing the rest of us.
The president is a human rights lawyer.
That's what I'm saying. Tell that to me. The president will not do that because we have rules and regulations in this country. You're supposed to catch them and send them to court. But with what we are doing, you catch them, you send them to court. That then the following night, the next group is there. So if we are going to go the martial law way, left to me and Lendeku alone, every night the police should just go over our rivers with the helicopters. The military should go. And if we catch you, we should just shoot and kill because you know what they are doing? They are not just mining the gold. They are doing it with mercury.
And cyanide.
Yes. And those kill us. You know, mercury can stay in the human system. It doesn't melt. It doesn't do anything. It is just there causing havoc.
Cancerous, right? But when you talk about the military, you remember Major Mohammed.
Let me finish. When she was talking, you didn't interrupt. So let me build my point.
I'm just adding to your point,
so
actually,
don't
Ellen.
Add on, please. Let me finish. This is the situation we have. We have decided that we want to go into the water. The president, earlier on, in 2020, decided that we're going to get this matter sorted out. And there was a ban on mining in water. I remember when they went round and they were burning the excavators and the machinery. One of the things or the criteria they used to burn anybody's material was when you're not even on the water, but you have put those people. And those people were not Galamseyers. Most of them had concessions. But they had gone beyond their concessions and were doing illegal things. All those people were touched and attacked. We sat in this country during that time when the police had been sent, the military had been sent, and we got a former president, because it was election time, going to those areas and telling them that when I come, those people that they have been able to catch, I remember the military and the police had to go and catch them. Those that we've been able to catch, that we have sent to court legally. Media, I said they should kill them, but the law says they should go to court. And we have put them in jail. Me, when I come, I'll give them amnesty. The same time this government was fighting it, he was going wrong.
Former President John Mahama was saying that.
That's 2020. And then you have his communications director, deputy communications director, and that Kweku Buahi, with Mr. Tony Obin, former boss for Minerals Commission, going into the pits and telling them, live on video, as far as when we can, we allow you to work. Nana Akufo-Addo is a wicked man.
We are going to bring them concessions.
He didn't say that. He spoke to you. I heard it. We will allow you to work. Nana Akufo-Addo is a wicked man. And he's sending soldiers after you. He's sending the military after you because he doesn't care about you. As far as the NDC, we care about you. The result of that was that it helped them politically. They won all the seats except Mekuduke's place. Takwa. How many months to elections? And the CSOs are talking about Galamsey matters that they should talk about. And you also jump in. What is your track record? Whilst we're speaking, Mr. Mahama has been president before. It was during his time that as we were going to Western region, the Ankobra had champagne sitting on it, if he has forgotten. I'm reminding him. It was during his time that his Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable, I'll find his name, is it Fuseni, gave up. He gave up. He called a press conference and said, the Galamseyas are recalcitrant, we are chasing them, we can't do it, we have given up. The NDC in 2014, 2015, 2016 gave up on the fight on Galamsey. They gave up. Mr. Mahama, former President Mahama got an interministerial committee, set them up. They also gave up. President Nana Akufo-Addo has not given up. The fight against Galamsey is not a 2-year thing. It's not a 3-year thing. It is consistent. If it were a 2-3-year thing, they would have been able to fight it in their time. It is 4 days to election. You are bringing back the same old person. Mr. Mahama is not a new entity in this country. He has been president at least for 4 years. He knows exactly what goes on in ruling this country. And he wasn't able to do it. Now he's coming back. What is his plan? What is his blueprint for Galamsey fight? I haven't seen it. I have been asking them all this while. The NPP, we have given our blueprints, continuing from what Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has done, and going forward. There's no way you will tell me that we shouldn't have community mining and that it is an avenue for corruption. The small-scale mining employs more than 5 million young people. I'm talking about the legal one.
Mm-hmm.
It employs more than 5 million people in this country.
Right.
So if we are going to ban it, it means we are going to have 5 million of our people sit unemployed. Dr. Bawumia is saying that we need to regulate them. Because whether you ban them or you don't ban them, look, if you ban them, the rest of them, the 5 million will join the Galamseyers, and we are dead. Now that the system is even going on, there's community mine, look at what we are going through. So assuming that all these people who are even doing the right when we ban them, Dr. Bawumia is saying that we need to get that system right. Yes, we have started it, but we need to put in more effort, get that system right. We have been mining in this country for years. So we need to get them back onto the land, give them properly constituted concessions. We need to get the geological survey, do its work right, because this Galamsey, and even those who have concession, most of them don't even know exactly what is even under the ground. People are digging, they are spoiling the environment, they are cutting down cocoa trees, and there's even no gold down there because it is hit and run. So we need to get the geological survey, which they have done a lot of work, but we need to resource them more. Let them go do and come and tell all of us that in these parts of the country, there's gold deposits. Then you properly constitute it and give it to these young people. This government, through Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, came here, if you remember, Mr. Isi was here, and came to tell us that there's this new machine, the gold catcher machine, that can wash almost 98% of gold without mercury.
Right.
Dr. Bawumia is saying that we need to get each community one of these, one or two of these ones, put it in the community, make sure that there's gold in there, regulate them so that we can take taxes from them. It's not just that the gold that they are digging, you know what happens to the gold? Because it is illegally gotten. I'm not talking about the small scale miners, I'm talking about the Galamseyers. It doesn't go through our system. Over $43 million worth of gold leave the Ghanaian shores to Dubai, to other places, without going through our system. We don't get any taxes, nothing. So they are spoiling our environment. They are running away with their gold. Other countries are enjoying our gold. Now, if you're able to regulate them, like Dr. Bawumia is saying, we should use the community mining to regulate them. PMMC then buys the gold from them at the world price. And then we can use it to continue to show up our city. That the Bank of Ghana now is buying gold and we are buying reserves. The same gold reserves that Mr. Fifi Kwete, 2008, said President Kufuor has stolen all of it and taken it to his house when there was none. So there should be a blueprint. There should be something that tells us how we are going to deal with this situation. Look, this talk shop, if you like, let's talk about it. We'll go for this election. Whoever Ghanaians will vote for would vote for. Next year, we'll be here again.
Are the people up for what the NPP is recommending to do?
We have to
giving
do
them
it.
concessions
Even if they are
legally?
not up to it, we have to force them to do it. Look, when we are able to do this, and you know that in your community, you can mine properly, and you decide to go on the river, then it means we are Mambofo, we should shoot and kill you.
Hey.
As for me, that is where I stand. But when you tell us that, yes, the Galamsey's and Knight is Nanado, somebody brings him money for his campaign from Galamsey. Nanado is not running for any elections again.
Right.
So is it Dr. Bawumia who is receiving Galamsey money? From where?
Well,
or that is what the NDC is receiving. Maybe they are the ones receiving it.
You know,
because the NPP, we don't receive any money from Galamsey's.
In these 2 weeks, lots have said that, look, the fight is even beyond politicians. Because it's just happened here. She said MCs and DCs are complicit. You're also saying that the former President Mahama has been going around and he said this in 20. Is it not just beyond politicians? You even said that the military as well, what they did to Major Mahama, you are saying they should shoot and kill, and we know that that's not feasible. So aside from giving them the concessions and recommending that you legalize them, the bad nuts, they'll still go back to prison. They'll come out. Others will still go there.
We have armed robbers. We have thieves. And they go in and they come out. That doesn't mean that we have stopped catching armed robbers. So we treat this as a part of societal minus. If you are caught doing Galamsey, I'm not saying small-scale mining. They are different. But if you are caught doing Galamsey, we should treat you like the criminal you are.
Okay, and if you catch any government official in Galamsey,
and you have the evidence,
yes,
just like you have evidence with the other ones you've got, why not? You treat them the same way.
Okay.
Why should somebody be treated differently because you are in government?
Send us your thoughts and comments on 055-556-1034. CAF will be bringing us the messages shortly. Ladies, I want us to touch on the elections.
I'm coming. I want to say something.
What the EC is saying. I'll give you a minute, then I'll give Ellen a minute as well.
Ellen was saying that as soon as some people are arrested, you go and meet other people. Like I said from the beginning, those guys on those pits working are not the ones with the concessions. They just go to work for I gave you the analogy of working as a laborer, at a site.
So I wanted to ask you what the NDC would do if you get MPs, government officials who are complicit in this. Because that's what you're saying again, that these guys are just frontiers for the big men.
They go and work because they don't want to sit and go hungry. So there's a job for me to do. And they will sometimes tell you that what you get in a day is more than what a banker sits in the bank and gets in a day. So of course, why would I sit at home if there's work for me to do and go hungry? That's why as soon as they are arrested, there are other groups working, because the people who just wouldn't care about you, they'll go and play other people to come and work. And that's what JDM said. That how do you arrest these people who don't have concessions there, and you put them in prison, and you let the ones behind them, the kingpins, those who have sent these people to go and work in the fields or in those rivers, to go scot-free. That's why he said he will give them amnesty to come out. But go after those ones who have the concessions or who are sitting in their offices and sending these boys to go and work.
What will JM do about the kingpins when he takes power?
Like you said, our IT director told you, we will make sure that these people will find them and jail them. That's the only way we cannot go and kill. After we were here when one of their...
You don't have MPP government officials giving NDC officials concessions and vice versa?
We've not seen any. That's what I'm saying. If they have it, they should let us know.
Right. So you're both saying provide the evidence.
No, if the NDC was doing this, these people will be quiet. And people will be quiet over this one. They won't. So it is not possible.
Right.
Do you understand? Like you asked from the beginning. We said that...
your minute is up.
A minute again. The NDC said that we are going to, like I said, the Galamseyers, the illegal miners are different from the small scale. We are going to have the small scale miners, the medium scale. Then we're going to have the large, which is not even many in this country anyway.
Yes,
it's the small scale that will have issues. But we'll bring them all together. We make sure that they are doing the right things. And we make sure that all the lands or where they mine from, we will reclaim those lands by planting trees. Trees like fig trees, rubber trees, and palm nuts, so that those trees can grow anywhere. And we'll make sure that the forest that they have entered, like Akonta mining and things, they will not enter forest to go and mine. Why should we enter our forest reserves to be mining just to make money at the expense of the Ghanaian? Then at the end of it, like somebody will say, we are turning the forest into deserts.
Okay. Let's take your thoughts and your comments. Our viewers want to join this conversation, and King Kaf is at the screen now. King Kaf, take it away.
Thank you very much, Maltiti. Hello, ladies. The WhatsApp number is 055-556-1034. People are now mining by the roadside. I saw it clearly. Active Galamsey site in Konongo. So that's what is happening these days.
car strip from
Messages. This is from Aaron. One of the main reasons why Galamsey must stop now is to protect our river bodies. Our rivers are essential sources of drinking water and support a diverse range of aquatic life. However, the activities of Galamsey operators have led to the pollution of river bodies, making them unsafe for both humans and aquatic organisms. In order to ensure the safety of our water resources and the preservation of our aquatic ecosystems, Galamsey must be brought to an end. I saw it, the Owerri River in Konongo, completely destroyed. It's in between a farm and then people's houses. And the people were there actively hiding from our lens when we were trying to take pictures of them. So it's happening in broad daylight. This is yesterday, 12th of September, 2022, at 7 a.m. This government, led by Nana Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, cannot fight Galamsey, and Galamsey has already defeated them in the fight. The promise by the president of putting his presidency on the line was nothing but a political scam to Ghanaians. In fact, is it not the president who has given permission to miners to mine in our forest reserves? Yeah, well, the law says now you can actually, president has the right to, allow people to do that. I've said this and will say it again. Imagine your bundle of dollars fall into a bucket of water. Will you leave the dollars for fear that the water will be dirty? I suggest our leaders find a way where they can pick the gold from the water and still have our water safe. Even if AI can do that, no problem. From Jakpata. Jakpata is the Eber word for a type of a snake, very dangerous snake. Alassane Yakubu from Tamale. The respected panelists should rather put pressure on the political party that went to the mining area and told them to continue their work. After voting for Mahama, and former President Mahama himself appeared in public and clearly stated that he will grant amnesty to all Galamseyers who are imprisoned. Togbe Ghana says, hashtag stop Galamsey now. Soon we will have to import water to drink. This MPP and NDC thing is a big disgrace. It's disheartening, Saida, it's disheartening to witness the exploitation of our water bodies in the pursuit of wealth. I strongly urge the security agencies to take decisive action to halt this nefarious activity. We are watching, says Muniru Mohammed, Accra, Newtown. Well, latest news was that yesterday the president has authorized the military and the police to crack down on Galamsey operators. We don't have the political will to fight Galamsey, and we are becoming hypocrites with this issue. Thank you very much, says Kingdom Glory. Has the MPP forgotten about Party Hiansika? When we were talking about Galamsey, my elementary tree tells me Party Hiansika means the party needs money, correct?
I believe so.
All right. Somebody just says hello. I say hello back. Since Galamsey has become so political because of votes, all Ghanaians caught in the pits or involved in Galamsey must be banned from voting, says Harrison. And I'm going to throw it back to Maltiti.
Kaf, thank you so much for the messages, and thank you so much for joining our conversation. Watching us from Accra all the way to Tamale, to wherever you are, thank you. A final word from our panelists, but I'll give the final word on the EC, because the EC spoke yesterday after speaking in August 28th or so, and assuring Ghanaians that there's nothing wrong with the voter register. The deputy chair has assured the political parties again, 84 days to elections, that in a stakeholder electoral system, to trust the elections management body to deliver a credible electoral role for the 2024 general election, assured particularly the main opposition party, the NDC, that it would effect the necessary corrections to remove the discrepancies that had been identified in the provisional voters register. The director of IT and elections here yesterday, NDC, said that some in Volta region, in Pusega and all of that. I will in like 2 minutes.
I just want to urge all well-meaning Ghanaians, even including the MPP. I don't know why the MPP is quiet over this, because we are both going into election, and those all the smaller parties. Because one vote counts. That's why we have 50+1. At least that one vote can make a difference for any political party. So if we have issues with the voter register, why not all join us? It shouldn't be an NDC thing. But so far as we are the biggest party in opposition, we have interests. And we are winning this election. So we will not sit, then we'll come crying after the elections that this thing was stolen or there was a malfeasance and all that. Because from day one, Jen has made it clear that she doesn't care what happens to this voter, whatever. when we started this limited registration, people spoke about it. She was not interested. We have a lot of things that have gone on in this voter. Even in my own constituency, one of the guys who have voted, he has been a branch executive. He has contested for constituency before. When he went, his this thing was not there, and it's not even in the transfer. It's not on other lists. Okay. So what happens to that person? Right. Especially those of us who didn't even have time to go and check. Okay. Then you go to vote and they are telling you that your name is not there. So we should all be
September
interested.
17, you are having the demo, right?
Yes,
and you're
we
still
will. And we pray that
demands.
all Ghanaians will join. And there is one thing too. We should make sure that we know the people we are working with, so that we don't have people joining and they misbehave, so that the NDC will not be tagged.
Right.
As
you mean
those
that?
who are,
Thank you, Awo. Ellen, your final word.
So the NDC's problem is that, from what I read from them, I have heard from them, and they've identified over 50,000 names that are not supposed to be there and all that. The EC says, bring those names, let's work on it. You haven't brought the names. Or they have brought it. The EC says they haven't brought it. And they are going on a demonstration. I feel that this whole demonstration, as I always say...
You know, the Director of Elections did say that they gave the data to EC2.
EC says they don't have it.
You know, look
according
at it.
to yesterday.
They said they corrected it.
So
we gave them a hard data.
The data so that...
They said they won't do it.
That's what Dr.
This is something
you said you have corrected
it. Dr. Obani Boama should be able to have a conversation with the EC and get on with this. This whole demonstration that they want to have, as I know, and I know that they do, they need to exercise. They've been home for quite some time. They need to get their people out to exercise. Elections is coming up.
Join us.
So it is a pure health and fitness activity that they are doing.
They did say that there are other things, the issues happening in the country, and not just the anomalies in
my
the
estimation, the NDC and their supporters need to exercise. And they are going out to
Ellen Amadeko.
I wish them well doing their exercise. And ask them that they should go and exercise nicely and don't go and create problems. So as I was saying,
thank you.
They should watch themselves and know that it's true NDC.
Well, the police has approved the demo, and the police will be on the ground to ensure that everything goes well. And they did say that the demonstration is not just about the anomalies in the register, but other issues that are happening in the country. Thank you, Ellen. Ellen Amadeko is member, National Communications Team, NPP, speaking for the party, and Nana Edobia Awo Kekeli, member of the National Communications Team, NDC Awo Kekeli. Thank you for coming on the show. Ladies, I am Altity Saida Sadek. My costume is by Wear Gola. We're back with more GTV Breakfast this Friday edition. Stay with us.
these, and all the things I've been through, and all the tears. Now this is the journey of life, people just do watch with the talk. People just they hope make you fall for. People just they wish make you chop. Lord, give me songs make a chop. Hey, now you see me we are be on top. Baba God don't know be man not lie. I can't explain no. The thing is you they do for me. So they walk out the street and people taking selfies. Baba God they give me food plenty. Now they just play my song back to back. Now you know they see me get heart attack. You know be me do one. Let you marry don't change my level. Hey, I give him all the praise with my whole heart saying, be God, be God. You know be man I tell you, be God, be God. And you marry just know the blessing, be God, be God. You know be man I tell you, be God, be God. And you marry just know the blessing. The people wish to control me. They want to take the glory. Hey, oh yeah, check my story. We are about to make a story. Baba God did in my body. So I never worry. Hey, it not be man, no. It know the thing given for me, oh, be God. Oh, be God. It not be man, I tell you, be God. Oh, Illuminate just know the bless, be God, be God. You know be man I told you, be God, be God. Illuminate just know the bless, meditate, oh yeah, concentrate. Make you know the lose that deviate. You go elevate, we go celebrate. Very soon we go jubilate. Anything you touch, it go penetrate. Make you not forget, say it's by your grace. Just by his grace. Be God, be God. You know be man, I told you, be God.
Action. We are live in studio with John Winner. He's about to give us an intimate worship session. Did you enjoy that? That just went by. Listen, his voice. Let's find out how he goes about today. John Winner. Hello. You see, my producer somehow, I don't know what's happening to him today. I need to give him something after the show. So when you see me sliding towards the left, kindly hold my hand and slide me towards you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Nice.
I'm height deficient. I think my producer wants that to be obvious this morning. Greetings to you, Director J.
You're just special. That's all.
Okay, so is it like a challenge for an artist, doing gospel music, contemporary gospel, to stay in tune with the times, with all the new beats coming up? Afrobeats, amapiano, whatnot. Is it difficult to stay afloat as a gospel artist?
It is not difficult because already have content they feel their consumers is not enough for their consumers. All right.
Yeah,
so
looking for more content.
Yeah, looking for more content. So in our way, we have to catch up with the time so that they can fuse our product into their product.
Okay.
So if you're not ready to, back yourself up and make sure that you are catching time, then you're going to be left behind. Basically, gospel reach out to the people. That's what is most important. So switching to amapiano, doing Afro, dancehall, anything in the genre to still bring the message is very, very paramount.
At the end of the day, the message.
That's the most important thing. So it should be a deliberate campaign. Apparently, I'm doing that so that they can accept urban gospel and the contemporary thing into our system. Because trust me, if we go about this way, they would not even mind us. So if you don't have a proper campaign, like if it's not a unified front, we didn't do a unity therapy to say that, okay, we are standing for this cause and let's put this together so that they'll know that our content are equally visible and we can put us on their playlist, then we're going to fight, because sometimes we tickle ourselves and laugh. We think we are making some heads up, we're building some mileage or some leverage, and trust me, we're still staying in the same circle. Rotation is just running in the same circle. Like when you break bounds, that means that's exploits.
Breaking the circle.
That's it.
Great. Having a conversation backstage. So John is like a very conversational person. He likes to talk a lot. We're having a social conversation on Galamsey, guys. Okay. Galamsey is top on everybody's trending list.
That's it.
We're going to bring up a bottle. Erica, hand me one of our bottles, please. So what is your take on Galamsey and the effects of Galamsey and where it's gotten to?
I think Galamsey is a social canker. We are all having the bit and piece of the pain.
This is water from the pra.
It's quite sad. It's quite sad. It's very, very sad. This is a very, very, very sensitive.
And it's gotten worse since we got this.
This is very, very sensitive. Number one, I think systems that would help do this job and we didn't have to go through all the mess that we're going through now.
Right.
The last time I was talking to one Asian guy and he mentioned that they have these gadgets that they can just go and check ecophories and all that, so they can just go scoop the place and pick, the minerals.
Get to
it and just pick it up. They don't have to mess everything up, you know. So number one, I think the government should regularize it because a lot of good is leaving this country outside the shores of this country without taxes and all that. Now we get to have the implications, medical health implications, and we don't make money as a country, and it goes all out there. It's quite sad, it's upset, but I want to join the force with other people, with one voice thing that is regularized by government. Okay, we know that we are not using mercuries to mine. We are not using all those chemicals. And yet, it is still under proper, we need proper structures that would not cause havoc to our communities and our country. Yeah.
Okay. So proper regulations is what John Winner is hoping government and the people who are in charge will look towards when it comes to help, so lasting solutions towards ending illegal Galamsey activities. Okay, so who is the man John Winner? Did you always know? I know, right? The switch. Did you always know you were going to do like gospel music? Maybe not urban, but you always know you're going to do gospel music?
Yeah, because I'm coming from, I'm a proper church boy. Yeah, let me. But I went off board,
Who is a church boy? When you say church boy, proper
church boy is like a boy who grew up, my mom, that kind of home,
Okay.
So growing up was all church vibe for me. John Winner is just a church boy. And I got off before second cycle, I wanted to taste the other side of life.
Okay.
So I was that guy who went out there. Yeah. So I'm not like that innocent gospel dude.
You've been there,
I've done that, I've seen everything,
Good.
So my birth was prophesied. Before I came.
Oh, like Jesus?
Yeah. Oh, no, I can't be like Jesus. I'm just John. So it was prophesied before I came, and God spoke.
By who?
There was a prophecy, like
in church?
They prophesied to my mom.
Okay, all right.
About my birth.
Okay.
That she's going to give birth to a son, and this is what he's going to do, and blah, blah, blah. So my journey has been a praise and worship leader actively for 27 to 28 years.
20?
Yes, at the age of 13 years, I was the deputy choir director of a very big church, Apostolic Church in Tema.
Okay.
At the age of 13 years.
13?
Yeah.
Wow,
And
wait, did
everybody
it, did it feel like a big responsibility?
It was big because by then I had people who were 45 years and 43, 40 years as my subordinates. It wasn't regular. It wasn't
How did you pull that off?
I think I was humble to them. I served them. Instead of me looking like the leader, I became rather the servant. So they were a bit comfortable with me because I was down to their level, and I would prefer they even send me around whilst I still hold my leadership position. And that has worked for me in every sphere of walk of life.
13.
Yeah. I mean, I love service, so I love to serve.
Okay.
So they were like, okay, let's live in. And I believe that was wisdom from above, because sometimes some of the things I don't understand them, but I go back to my papers and I realize this thing is only from above. So John Winner is an urban contemporary gospel act. I fuse Afrobeat music, I fuse pop, reggae, lover rock, everything, and ride on high tempos to still sell the gospel, and I'm coming from a very cool home.
Okay.
My real name is John Opoyin Kum Jr., and my stage name is John Winner.
Was there a prophecy as well for your stage name, or you picked that up yourself?
No, the truth is that when I decided to do gospel, I prayed about it.
Okay.
And God told me that just call yourself John Winner. Because I was first soul. I had come out with Trigger Bema. We had a hit song on that album. Bra, bra, bra. We had some songs.
No, slow down. Go back again. Go back again.
I don't want us to listen to that, Rajo. It was a big bag. I was all over Ghana. It was huge. But
it
then,
was you?
It was very huge, yeah. But
no,
then,
that was you.
That was me, Reggie ZP.
Come on, do the chorus again.
Oh, no. So
Flashback Friday, man.
I know, right? So it was huge out there. But there was something in me. There was that vacuum. I'm not a perfect person, but there was that vacuum to say that, John, there is a part of you that is not here. And that part was just the God factor. Because I had gone off and I had twisted my hair, I was doing my dreadlocks.
So coming from the home that you're coming from, your mom being a deaconess and all of that.
I think my mom didn't do something right. And when I say that, this is the meaning. She went about telling everybody how good his son is, how brilliant he is, and how he has a potential future. And this is Africa. So when you keep telling the people around, hey, this is my son. Because when I grew up, from day one, everybody knew I was going to become a pastor. Because I won, everybody who knows me very well in Apostolic, I was the one winning Sodro and quiz competitions for the church, national level. Yeah, so everybody knew that this guy was going to be a pastor. Then my mom would be telling everybody, my son, hey, he's this. Then before I could say Jack Secondary School, everywhere.
A pastor.
Everywhere busts. Come and see me. I don't want to mention all the rest. But listen, I don't regret my past because it brought me into the place to realize how important humans are and how to be in people's stead, how to stand in people's shoes. You see, in our quest to gather people, most times we scatter them, especially
in our quest to gather
people. Sometimes we scatter in that context of spreading the gospel. Because if I'm judgmental, how do I win the next person? So God took me through that process so that I can understand people. If right now I see a young guy who smokes weed, who does this, I don't go judging the person.
That's great.
I rather draw the person closer, talk to the person. He gives me reasons, and I also help him and shape. So it has been a very brilliant experience for me that today I can say that I stand for the streets. I'm not just a gospel musician, but I'm a frontline missionary. That is what a lot of people don't know. I don't just do gospel, but I'm a frontline missionary. I go to places that a lot of gospel musicians will not want to go.
For instance, where?
I can go to...
what was the last place you were to where any other gospel musician won't go to?
I recently went to evangelize at Vienna.
Vienna, Tema or Accra?
Tema. That was at Vienna.
You went into the club or to the ladies and the...
No, around... So right now when I get there, they call me their pastor,
Okay.
I'm the ghetto pastor. You see, people like the likes of the Joe Metals and the rest, we bring people into the church. They nurture them in the church. They are more into church nurturing ministers.
Okay.
But we go out there and go and fish out for the wilds. We go for the honey. You know, the honey in this thick forest. we were trained for that.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically that's John Wayne. I'm a worshiper. I preach sometimes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you just mentioned that you're a frontliner. Do you have a favorite verse or something? Like how would you ordinarily approach somebody who is unapproachable in an unapproachable area like Vienna? How would you approach somebody like that?
So the biggest gospel is God loves you.
You just go to the person?
I tell you God loves you. And if you want to ask me why God loves you, I'll tell you why God loves you. And I'll give you reasons to know that regardless of your weakness, your pitfalls, God loves you. Okay. For scriptures, I can quote 1,000 because from Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Songs of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Amos, Obadiah, Micah, Nahum, Zephaniah.
Are you serious right now? Wow.
So if you want to go into that one I can give you, but is it about that? And Jesus taught them to pray like this, that when you pray that our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. So the kingdom is number one. Okay. That was the first thing. That is why he gets to say again that seek ye first the kingdom and all other things. So it's a kingdom agenda. When I meet you, I tell you about the kingdom of God.
I also know that I also know that like lots of awards that you've won.
Yeah.
Is the song Bless Me?
Yeah.
Has it earned a nomination or an award yet?
It did last year for Ghana Music Awards USA. I won the Urban Gospel Artist of the Year by the special grace of God. I've won Best Gospel Video, Foresight MVA. I've won International Act of the Year, Ghana Urban Gospel Music Awards. Just a few to mention. Won loads of them. I have humanitarian awards from Canada.
Okay, what was that for? What was that for?
I'm a philanthropist.
Okay, as well.
Yeah,
okay.
I reach out to the less underprivileged. I'm a voice for the lonely in society. I'm a voice for people that society look down on. Because I've been through a lot with my family. At some point, when I lost my dad, we had to face the better side of life, even sleeping outside the church and all that. You know, so I understand people's pain.
You slept outside the church?
I've slept outside the church for 3 years, yeah. After my father, I lost my dad. We lost everything. But, you know, it's about family thing. You know, my stepmother possessed everything, so we lost everything. So we had to sleep at the church, outside the church, you know.
And the church gave you shelter?
I don't want to go into that issue because one way or the other, the church helped me, so I don't want to really go deep because the current president of the Apostolic Church, Dr. Aaron Amina, is like a godfather to me. And it was Apostolic Church. He picked me up. He saw the call of God on my life, so he took care of me through my second cycle education and all that. And that was he wasn't the pastor in that particular branch, so I don't want to go into that because he's a very good person, a generous person, who he would go any mile to make sure we are fine. But, you know, there were little challenges.
That's fine.
At some point in time, you know, we were creating nuisance kind of thing for the church because where we were sleeping outside, so they wrote us a letter and all that. But you see, back to the conversation we are having, this then gives me the hope and the zeal to be a beacon of hope to a younger generation, to tell them that, listen, regardless of where you find yourself, God will make you great. Most importantly, just tune yourself to the things of God and the ways of God. It's not just about being perfect. Nobody's perfect. It's not about being the pious, sanctimonious. No. It's about the connection with humanity and divinity, making sure that you are connected to your Creator. You know, you stay put and, you know, and do the things, serve God and do the things of God, basically about that. So I've been there. I've tasted the bitter side of life. So when I see young people who are going through that, those are my people. You know, I draw them closer. I give them reasons to live again by the help of God. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break, yeah?
Sure.
On Bless Me. This song has blessed a lot of people. When we come back, we'll get to know him some more.
Please, it's free. Just come.
What time?
Please, 4:30. We start at 4:30. 4:30 to 5 is a network session that people get to talk, interact with people, share business ideas. I love young people, you know, who want to do things. So we get to talk, share business ideas, blah, blah, before we zoom into the time of worship. Please follow me on my social media handles. On Instagram, you follow me on Twitter as well, John Winner, you know, on Twitter. And let's get interactive. Let's build a conversation. I'm not just a gospel musician. I repeat it again. I'm a frontline missionary. So I want us to build a convo. Get comfortable with me. Share with me some of the things that you go through. And let's heal ourselves emotionally, physically, psychologically. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm a street guy. Yo, bless up, John Winner.
Bless up, John Winner.
Yeah.
So there's more goodness from John Winner if you go on Sunday, the 15th of September. It's happening at the Royal House Jubilee Temple in Achimota. Time again.
4:30, please.
4:30, please. It is a free event, You can go across our social media. The whole conversation is there, and then you can note the bits that you want to note out. People, there's more goodness. We are heading over to the theaters where Jay is sitting down with Roverman to have a conversation on their latest play. My time with John Winner is over. Hasta la vista.
Thank you, Valerie. You just made it. You killed the show. And to all the crew, I just love the energy. It builds a good synergy.
There's a lot going on behind the
I
scenes.
know, right?
Welcome back. It's time now for us to go to the theaters. And, you know, someone who deserves a Guinness World Record is someone who has been cooking plays for us quarter after quarter after quarter every year. Unlike Chef Smith, he promised us this way back in September 2008, and he's brought us 58 plays in 16 years. Man, Uncle Bo White, see, this is kudos to you. That's such an achievement. And I have some of the cast members here with me this morning to speak about his latest production. It premiered last week, and this week is running again today, tomorrow, and Sunday. To my far right, I have Conrad Yemo. He's part of the cast. Conrad, good morning. How are you doing?
Hi, Jay. Good morning.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. And seated right next to him is Nana Suma, who we like to call Black Gold. this kind of gold, you can't mine it with galamsey. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
the blackness is, you know, it's thick and it's fine. How you do it?
I am well, thank
Yo.
you.
Okay, so we'll take a little snippet of the play and we'll come back and start with the main conversation.
DK Poison, Asuma Nelson, Bukombanku, Aite Powers. Let's get ready to rumble!
Mommy, they've done it again. Mommy, you see, one of my hands did not come home last night to roost. Mommy, the hand I was saving for Christmas, and some swan has stolen it. Hey, they don't know me, eh? Ni, bandela, yo. Hey, I'm going to catch the person, it's all family.
Peace. Learn to learn things go, for you never know.
Mommy, please. I am not in the mood to listen to your sense this early morning.
Yes, sex. Boo. 8 o'clock. Mina hona boo. Never bought food. Yado. Yado. Hey, clack. Mina hona boo.
Ago, listen. One who cooked it, the one who saw it being cooked. Even if you smelled the aroma and said, die.
Peace.
Hey. I cast you out to suffer incurable diseases that have no name, diseases that have no cure. May you die and die early.
Peace. See, all these things you have said, what if they start to have effect on you?
Mommy, please. I've told you, I am not in the mood for your common sense this morning.
You
don't care, so you see that your husband died alone.
Hey.
Share.
Hey.
Phil, me, when my only brother died, I cursed whoever killed him to follow him. And trust me, just a year later, 3 of his colleagues died in a motor accident. So don't joke with me on me. Share.
Amazing. That character's name is called Peace. She's so peaceful, isn't she?
Extremely.
Extremely peaceful.
Extremely.
The one who cooked it, the one who smelled the aroma, the one
who cornered it for the thief.
They're all going to die.
Yeah.
At the first one we saw, the two men were fighting over what?
Who is the daddy of the baby?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is like?
One baby. You understand? That can only be done by Oboshi, the one and only. You understand?
That's the character, the one who is pregnant, the mother of the baby.
Oboshi is the shutter of the hood. You understand? So they have to tussle it out to see who is the daddy. That's the scene we just saw.
I remember watching the premiere, and I know right after that scene comes one of my favorite scenes where there's some slow-mo kind of action going. You guys must have had a lot of fun, rehearsing and performing this play. How has the journey been like?
Want to go first?
It's always exhilarating. It's tiring. Sometimes it's painful. I think this is my third play, and there hasn't been a play where I haven't shed a tear.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You want to tell us why? Why did you cry?
The first instant, I'm not used to multiple instructions. There's a director, but then you have people, and people have a way of sharing their ideas, but sometimes it's like, you should do this, you should do that, and there's a billion voices in your head. And sometimes it's just when you're about to walk onto the stage, and then you're confused. So I learned the hard way that you listen only to the director.
Yeah.
If the director hasn't said anything, you should just keep going. If he
Believe
doesn't
me,
like
it happens here too.
you should just stick to what the director says. So that, brought the tears. But it's you go through the grueling process. I think every job is hard. But when you love what you do, it cushions you to what you're doing, and the process you will do it. Obey. It will come out. Like,
even when you're not in the mood, it will come out.
You will be in the mood. You be chimwa, whatever it is. That's the good thing about it. You get to learn more about your character. You go out. I am used to going even out onto the field to find out about my character.
Oh wow!
So,
yeah. Which character is that, incidentally?
Peace.
I intentionally asked that question. So you also play the character Peace?
Yes, I play Peace.
So where do you go to model your character on? Which places do you go?
Okay, I watch stuff on YouTube, and then I went to Akoto Lante. Peace is, even though it's supposedly a Ghan community, Peace is an embodiment of many ethnic groups, right? Okay. Because in there, she drops French because she says she's been to Abidjan. She drops Fante, she drops Chi, she drops Ever, and then she drops Ghan. So it's kind of like she's a myriad of everybody in there, where it's a community. You come there, Ubia, so we have that. So she is in the Ghan community, but she's embodying other ethnic groups. So I went to Akoto Lante for that. I spent I got there at 6:38 and I left at 10:15. Yeah. But for 45 minutes, I sat at a place. I told the person, I'm waiting for somebody, and I was just watching. Yeah. People just run and scream for no reason. And they run and scream, you don't find them again, just like you're seeing in the play. And it was fun.
It was fun. Yes. Conrad, how about you? You two share a scene together, incidentally?
Yes.
We share scenes.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Also, after you tell us how your journey has been, I want the two of you to interact with some of your lines for us.
I mean, most of those lines are gone anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of them are gone. The fun bits. Yeah. If we allowed it, this play would have gone on for 3 hours. You understand? Yeah. Wow. So yes, you understand. So we had to, do a bit of surgery, like Uncle loves to call it. So it's been an interesting process. As always, I mean, quarter 3 is always a very interesting time because we have the least amount of time to prep for a show. Okay. Which is about, give or take 3 weeks, right? 4 to 3 weeks, basically.
Oh, wait, so you started in the middle of August or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Or the beginning of August?
Yeah, beginning was when we did a lot of readings.
Ah, okay, before
the process properly started. So it's usually pretty tight. So you have to get your lines really quickly.
Yeah, because the play started last week.
We've run one. Yeah, you have to. I think we got our lines in a week.
Yeah, we're actually threatened.
Yeah.
But at this point, I just want to hear some of it. I just want to hear some of it.
Yeah. So we got our lines pretty quickly. Because of how high octane the show is, we've had to, push ourselves to our limits, especially with the energy we exert. So you find that our stretching and our warm-ups have been, I mean, they're always important, but in this quarter, it's very, very important because, you go and you're not properly warm and you throw something out in your body. There's a scene initially where I was supposed to run and fall. Yeah. And I do it. And then I realized that for the next 2 days, my knee, man. I'm not even that old. You get it? But I'm actually feeling like I'm 40.
Warm-ups are important.
Yeah, very important. So, I mean, it's been an interesting process. We've gotten a chance to see other characters and different actors, different people. A lot of characters are, a lot of actors, a lot of us are doing things we didn't think would ever be put on stage to do. Just pushing your limits a lot. With the character I play Inshira. Yeah. And when I'm not on, my double is on, I do a number of side characters.
Side gigs.
Yeah, there's a number of side gigs ever learn and sing in my life. At the end of the show, we do Balagaza with the...
I remember.
Yeah, so that song, and it takes people back, right? It takes people back, and people are enjoying it.
No, give us a taste. Give us at this point, Conrad, making sure everybody on the stage and then the crowd and everything. So give
a full vibe to sell the crowd.
I want the audience, people watching us from home, to feel what they are missing. Give us a vibe. Give us a taste. That's my giving fans.
Even me that doesn't speak, I have to go and
give us a taste.
Aduko no kongbemi. Aduko no kongbemi. Aduko. Amamia onoko nyongo nyongo ko. Inasabuwa onoko nyama nyama ko. Yeah. Kebuwe mata nta nke ba enchine. That's what we are doing. Come and see the show to see it.
But the director really wants to hear the two of you interact with some of your lines. And then we want to know how come the play is titled I want to feed you. And you have come to the breakfast show, but you haven't fed me yet.
Now,
with your lines. With your lines.
With your lines.
I saw food.
With your lines first.
Okay, let's bring back one of the child ones. Okay. So, Auntie Peace, you married a ghost.
My son, let me tell you, when I was 17 years, I ran off to Abidjan. There I met a wealthy Ghanaian man, and we got married. But there was something strange about him. He never wanted me to meet his family.
But how?
After months of insisting, he finally took me to some hometown and then pointed to a house and said I should ask for Oba Penny and that he's getting the things from the car. When I entered, my husband's photos were everywhere. I thought they had organized a homecoming party for him.
Of course, I mean.
Hey, I looked for Oba Penny and said, that is my husband in the photos and he's right behind me. Hey, Shira!
What?
See wailing, screaming, shouting. That was no welcome party. That day was the 1-year anniversary of my husband's death.
Hey! Are you kidding me? Wait. So what did your husband say when he came back?
I wish. Jamais. I never set my eyes on him.
You are joking.
He never came back.
Hey, Auntie Peace. This one looks as if he took resting in peace a little too seriously.
He took it seriously.
And seen.
Resting in peace a little too seriously?
Yes, ma'am.
Seriously. He rested in peace.
He did.
And that line has
been
rested in peace.
It's out.
Because
wait, that means what is now in the oh my goodness. So even if that is out, then means what is even better. They are even more.
Oh yeah.
I want to feed you.
That's him.
You always have unique titles: Sex Scandal, Takeover, Dubai or No Sex, a whole lot. So this one, I want to feed you.
I mean, tell me we are not feeding you.
Oh yes.
We are feeding you. We are feeding you. For 16 years, right?
Unlike Chef Smith, but anyway, sorry. I'm
sorry.
We
don't do that over here.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We are legit.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We've been feeding you 16 years. We're 50, like for our anniversary year, anniversary quarter, right? With the amount of energy, with the number of people have said this is one of our most relatable shows. Right, so we've been feeding you a lot, and in this show, I mean, there's a lot of things that tie into food. When you come and see you understand, and you see who is going to be fed and who is going to eat.
The character I play is called Inshira.
Yes.
What are some of the things on your menu?
So Inshira has we have bouillie d'arachide avec pain grillé et omelette.
I ate that in Abidjan.
Yeah, she ate that in Abidjan.
When you translate that one, what does it mean for us?
Tom Brown with chibon. You understand? So there's a lot of wonderful dishes.
Such as
so we have
names.
You want two more? I have a couple more. I don't want to give all out.
Yeah.
I am sorry. Anyway, the setting of the place, like in this neighborhood in the Ghana community.
Yeah, it's a local street.
What informed all that? Do you want to tell us?
That one, the director.
Because there are a number of strange characters.
I think all of it ties into what is real in these communities. You understand? And it's not just a Ghana community. You understand? Because if you are very honest with yourselves, these communities harbor all sorts of people, different cultures, different backgrounds. They come from different places. People even from other countries even live in this neighborhood. You understand? So the only thing that ties it into the Ghanaianness of it is the name of the street. The street is called Eyeng Street.
Oh, okay.
Eyeng Street, which means white street. Yeah. And I mean, if you put it two and two together, it's the white, Uncle White Street. You understand? So or we like to call it James's Town.
Okay, so we have to be leaving in like a minute or two.
Yeah.
What are some of the important themes in the play that why people should come and watch and enjoy, have these lessons, to pick from?
Community,
right?
No matter how different we are, and I think even the director states it, and everybody comes out. So that's a community and togetherness, whether we like each other or not.
Oh wow!
And like she said, love for each other is very paramount in the show. You see it, and there's a lot of other nuggets like that. But there's also the theme of appearances can be deceiving, and don't just judge anybody based on first off appearances. Get to know people for who they are before you make your assumptions. Because,
what if you were like Pete and you went to marry a ghost? How will you know from that person?
And so she learned. You understand? She learned.
So we are going. How do you call it? Some of the play it's open to rave reviews already.
Yes.
So the feedback has been positive.
Wonderful.
So tell us in about 30 seconds each why we should come and watch the play this weekend, and tell us when it's coming off and then the rates as well.
Okay, so come and see the show because you are going to be fed. You are going to be fed. You are going to be fed a lot of energy, a lot of fun, a lot of humor, a lot of lessons, very veiled, but lessons all the same. A lot of color, a lot of community, and nostalgia. Honestly, for the people who have lived in these communities before, they are loving it to the max. People have come more than once, and so we're opening. We opened last week. We're running again from tonight at 7 p.m. We have 2 shows tomorrow at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. We have 3 shows on Sunday at 1 p.m., 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Okay. Tickets are going for 200 Ghana cedis. If you have the loyalty card on the Roverman app, you can get a discount. And on Sunday, there's a 50% discount for a 1 p.m. show.
Okay.
So
that'll make it like 100 cedis.
100 cedis.
Okay.
So there's more reason to show up and enjoy yourself after church.
Blago, it looks like Conrad is thinking all the time. But it's like wrap this up for us. Your final words.
And yet, Viviana Akusia for files never do this. Just try and let your hair down sometimes. 200 there, it can something else will take it. It's 200. Obey dream was a calculator. I do that. I know. It's in patch. And yet, Viviana for files, but you say nothing. Be relaxed, you will be relaxed, and sometimes it is medicine for the soul. You can call our hotline if you're having issues with the Rover app, 050-554-6010.
Okay.
Thank you for having us.
So thank you too for feeding us this morning. Roverman Productions promises to feed you tonight, tomorrow, and on Sunday. 1 show tonight at 7 p.m., tomorrow 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., and on Sunday 1 p.m., 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. Still stay till I stops completely. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Live from GBC Studio 1.
people, TGIF, Rise by Rocky Dawuni.
One time.
Waiting we go do. We know they follow no rules.
One time.
But guess what? We are opening a conversation on Galamsey. There was part 1 yesterday. We promised part 2. Here is part 2. And I'm going to go around and give my family members.
Is this like a
Jay,
suicidal?
Enjoy your
taste of
glass
of poison.
Galamsey water
Thank you so
from
much.
River Pra.
Much
A
appreciated.
Multiti. This is fruit juice. There's no alcohol.
I can't believe
There
this.
are no additives. There are no additives.
Really, really,
So
really
people, a conversation on Galamsey water, clean water. Thank you, Awake.
serious. Thank you.
We'll be opening our phone lines while we have this conversation, but our WhatsApp is open now, 055-556-1034, King Kaf Multi TJ. Greetings to you. Let me begin with King Kaf.
Yes.
King Kaf, yesterday we saw you doing some peeping through some
Through some
roofing
breach.
sheets that were covering some things.
I'm telling you.
What thing they go on for there?
Charlie, if you Konongo on the highway, when we were going to Kumasi on Monday, we saw a barricade, and then we looked and we saw, there's something happening there. On the way back, we'll check it out. So on the way back, which was yesterday, we stopped at Konongo, next to a church.
Okay,
and then we looked down into that valley, and those people there were hiding. When they realized that there were some people looking at them. Yeah, they kept hiding, and they were doing their work. In fact, on the way to
this is
Kumasi,
serious.
Paul, one of our producers,
Yes.
he said, watch out for the people by the roadside. If you see anybody wearing Wellington boots,
Yeah, ma.
then they go there. Then if you see Aboboya or the tricycle with yellow gallons, Kufuor gallons in the back, they are fetching fuel to take to the excavators in the pits. And you could actually see Galamsey operations. There was one particular town right by the police station. The gala was going on.
Charlie.
You know, go believe.
Police station.
I'm telling you, it was happening. And then, so yesterday we went there, we looked at the place, and then we had a chat with two people of the town. They were just, said, Charlie, the authority, the chiefs, they blame the chiefs, because they're allowing this thing to happen under their nose. But then we had people also making comments, and we realized that it may be a bit dangerous for us to stay here. So we quickly did
I
our
was going to
video.
ask about safety.
Yeah.
Because if they've used roofing
Yeah,
sheets,
because
You don't want us to see.
Okay, Omega is joining our conversation from Tema. Omega, good morning. Thank you for calling us. What's up? Omega,
Okay,
kindly
good morning.
lower the volume of your TV set, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This issue is a very big issue in this country, and I think they have to do something big about this thing.
Okay.
Which is like, I don't know. They have to use some people as a scapegoat for this. Like, because the soldiers that they are working, like the soldiers trained in this country, they can use helicopters to be running in the sky to check all these places. And I can see, like, if just a person is being shot because of this Galamsey, I think it will calm things down.
Okay. Thank you, Omega.
Yeah, so they should rise up and in the skies, searching for these places, and use some people as a scapegoat. Thank you.
Thank you, Omega. Okay, great.
And so many people are calling for action to be taken. Let me read you a couple. If you just type Galamsey in Google, it hit news.
UTAG and the rest.
Yes. So Afriya Ankara says no member of NDC will engage in Galamsey.
Great.
The GPCC, the church organization, says fighting Galamsey, martial security to eliminate the menace. KNUST, UTAG president, he is politicizing. He says Mahama doesn't qualify to be president. Galamsey, Akufo-Addo orders deployment of military and police to clamp down on this menace. Rocky Dawuni, whose music we heard, adds his voice to fight against Galamsey. He calls it a curse. Our lands minister says declaring a state of emergency will be far-reaching and draconian, which means he's unwilling for it to happen. Asante youth demand removal of some institutional heads over Galamsey devastation. Declare state of emergency on Galamsey. Guta tells the government. And then you have in Ahafano South, before we go for the messages, small-scale miners burn Galamsey equipment on River Mankraso.
That's just
Just recent, 21 hours ago.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so Godfred is joining our conversation. Godfred, good morning. Where are you calling us from?
I said I'm calling from Western North.
Western North. Where exactly? What's the name of your town, please?
Oh,
The name of my town is Enchi.
Enchi. Okay. What's your say on Galamsey?
My say on this Galamsey, the chiefs are also included because most of the sites that I know, what they do tell me is that the chiefs are also having their percentage, which they do give to them. So whatever they are doing, the chiefs of the towns are aware of it. And these security people too, they also do come for their percentage. So with this, I don't know how best this thing can be stopped.
Thank you. But what do you think are some lasting solutions if we were to ask all Ghanaians?
To this is to create jobs. Because most of the young people working over there, they move from northern sector to this part, and people from this community too. So if they were having jobs, I don't think these things will be happening. Because right now, if it is being stopped, I believe armed robbery and other things will arise. Because most of those people will have no job to do. So if there are jobs, I think that is the only lasting solution to this Galamsey crisis.
Thank you, Godfred. Thank you for adding your thoughts to that. Thank you.
Jay, what's going through your mind, man, as we're discussing this?
Because I was listening to Godfred and I realized that I understand the kind of money they make from Galamsey. If we have to bring them into the system, I'm not sure they'll be happy with the kind of monies they'll be getting. So I'm wondering if the greed will allow them to even be absorbed into the system.
I'm pretty sure if I was a full-time professional, hard-working bank robber, I would make much more than I'm earning now. So the money argument just has to be put aside. Look at the environment. This is not fruit juice. This is river water. And all around the country, you have water which is 7,000 to 14,000 times more poisonous than it should be. I mean, with the pollutants in it, it's 7,000 to 14,000 times more deadly than it should be.
And we took this over a year ago, right?
Yes, the water hasn't changed color.
It hasn't changed since then.
So,
because now it's affecting the small-scale miners who are, doing their legitimate business. They also held a press conference, complaining that they can't ban small-scale mining because people are attributing small-scale mining and Galamsey.
Nobody mining by a river is doing small-scale mining. You are doing Galamsey.
Simplicita. Godwin is calling us from Swami. Let's hear what he has to say. Godwin, greetings. Welcome to the family meeting.
And I hope you're all doing well.
Yes.
Kafui, I've been following Kafui for the past 50 years. He's doing a tremendous job. Concerning the Galamsey issue, I think we shouldn't politicize this thing. Right? The president eats from our farm. Right? Every prominent person in this country eats from our farm produce. And these water bodies are being used by the farmers, right, as a way of, doing their farm.
Right.
And at the end of the day, these farm produce will come into the market. So if we decide to politicize this thing, I think years to come, we will just raise money and go and fight the problem we could have, solved simply, or in a better way. Let me tell you, this Galamsey issue that we are talking about, if we are to sit down, call the theories or the literatures or the professors, to sit and draw a program for us, we can create jobs. One thing that baffles me is that we are living in a country that will come out and do Galamsey or small-scale mining in a scientific way.
Right.
But rather, we've let these, let me say, SHS leaders and these guys to go into Galamsey. But in a nice way, we can create jobs scientifically. Sit down, scientifically create jobs in these communities so that it can cure or it can save our water bodies from these pollution or pollutants. And in addition to our politicians, they are the people who see to affirm that they bring in all these campfire, all these machinery into our system. So if the law is not working, what can we say? We are killing ourselves.
Right, Godwin.
Now, we are killing ourselves. Yes, a time will come, we will import water into this country. So that is my humble plea to the opinion leaders. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling us. Your voice has surely been heard. Okay, so back to the meeting yesterday. I'm sure because of the mountain pressure, President Akufo-Addo has deployed military personnel and police personnel to Galamsey sites. It's happened before.
Yeah.
We've seen so many operations be sustained. What's going to happen?
I was listening to the ladies on the headlines today talk about, rep for MPP and NDC, what their parties and if their governments come into power will do about visible. So have we lost the fight? If we say we can't leave it to politicians, who are we leaving it to? Have we lost the fight? Ima from GBC's HR is joining the conversation, and he's saying that maybe we should start depriving those communities of clean water so that they understand the magnitude of what turning the water into this muddy water is. But I don't know how draconian that could also sound.
So we're already losing the war before we even begin. Is that what it looks like?
For me, I didn't want to buy any plantain from Konongo because I was looking at the water and I'm thinking, where is my apim coming from? I moved the town down before I bought it. I think there's somebody else on the line.
Yes, calling us from?
Yapeman.
Pardon?
Yapeman.
Yapeman.
Okay. Yapeman. Okay.
Okay, Yapeman. Okay, closer to Yapeman.
Right. Okay. Thank you. What's on your mind?
Thank you for such privileged resources and something to benefit from. Why do we use that thing to destroy us? And in our current language, we say, that is a painful issue, and that is a money. So obviously, what they want politicians were saying that, yet if you are the then you don't know to Galamsey number 2 minutes. It's a whole of things. We are trying to demolish things that is spoiled, and you are trying to take the pieces together. That is expecting things. So my little advice is, there are leaders that are attached to all those areas. Can't we call them and put hold to all that the groups that are causing this harm and see how best we can work out things so that those who are working get another thing to go by. That's my humble suggestion that I bombed a country and now there's a chaos over there. There are our children that are coming, the new children that are coming. We should make sure that it takes hands. Other than that, the next generation that are coming are going to suffer. Thank you and God bless you for such my contribution. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. God bless you too, Ohene. Thank you for calling us. Those were Ohene's submissions. Okay, Jay, I'm sure people are joining us on the screen.
Yes, Triple H says, from Palace Town says, we need attitudinal changes in this country because if you look at what is going on now, the politicization of everything in the election, why can't we put our personal interest aside and think about the future of this country? God have mercy. I think that's what how I was trying to say, Triple H. And so, Apopo says, good morning. Please, my question is, what are the people in those communities doing against these evil acts? We are our own demons. If government borrows to treat these waters, then we start talking against them. Oh, Ghana. This comes from Stephen Kabla. It's Odomase Korbo.
Don't blame them. In some areas, they start digging around. They ask you to sell your farm to them. If you don't sell, then they just start doing the operations around your farm. And basically, they just pull you off. People are carrying pump action guns. I heard one pump action gun can cost 40,000 cedis. What is
how is
a SHS lever
carrying a pump action gun?
Who is paying for the gun? So it goes beyond what we just see.
There are places in Konongo. People actually, working from home. I agree with him. Yeah, we are on demons.
When you're doing yours virtually, he's doing his underground.
Okay, so Crespo has a different view. He says from Nangodi, he says the government can do better by legalizing it and making sure the mining is done scientifically in order to reserve our water and land. This is what Crespo is saying. And Sheikh says, Charlie, we get plenty P to tackle. Very sad for the youth of the day. Gen Z, good morning.
Problems, I think. It's true. Yeah, true that.
Let's see, this one. Good morning, Kaf and team. I was at Venezuela yesterday, and I saw this heartbreaking scene of Ghana. The land has been destroyed.
All the land looks gold. The gold in our flag has now been replaced by all this stuff, man. All the places look the same. Have you realized everything looks light brown? Like this, everywhere we go. Konongo, Flao, wherever.
It's like pothole water, like muddy pothole water.
a sea,
Yeah.
a sea of milky.
Yeah. Like the old government uniforms for primary school.
Yeah.
The
So
top part.
Tobe Ghana is
That's
also
it.
saying we should do same for how our seas and rivers are polluted.
Environmental
Animations
justice.
about.
We've been seeing.
Yeah,
Ogbe,
about
greetings to you.
Keep
Yeah.
pushing.
So Solomon Adon says, good morning, GTV crew. My take on this Galamsey menace is that one is to the multinational mining companies in this country by giving to it that the young laborers at Galamsey side should be employed at various construction companies in this country. This is coming from Solo in the Western North region.
Good point,
Yes.
Solo.
So Rob Sam says, please, with regards to the Galamsey issue, we should blame some of our chiefs. This is because they give our lands to these Galamsey operators. If they act like what Doma Heni and other chiefs are doing, we won't talk about Galamsey issues again. It will be difficult for the president alone to fight it without our chiefs. They should come together and ban it. Samuel Mante from the Western North region.
The messages are coming.
Yeah. Oh, this one has a dark view. He says, Ghana is doomed.
Oh.
Why do you look so blessed, yet so cursed? It's time for someone with a militant mind, not a military takeover or junta, but someone who is visionary enough to be disciplined. Everyone can be a leader, but not everyone can be a good leader.
Waterfalls.
Our waterfalls. Yeah.
What happens to it in months to come?
The sea.
Are we likely to see brown water
It's likely.
at Kintampo Waterfall?
It's likely. If it's coming from the top, it will get brown. The sea, you know, all the stuff enters the sea.
Our taps. Remember someone called in, sent a message somewhere last week and said somewhere in Awoshi.
Exactly. And we are thinking about water, but the food.
It's like that's the water they treat to give us water in Accra. So some people are not even trusting the water that they are giving us. So they started importing their own water to drink and everything because they are afraid.
I think instead of us to look at this as a political issue, we should look at it as a medical emergency.
Yes. And on a happy note, but these are the facts.
Let's call a spade a spade.
Not a big spoon.
Give them a lot to think about over the weekend.
Yeah.
Everybody can be a leader, but
I mean, come on, man.
Over a year ago.
Wow. Guys.
It doesn't have a smell though.
No, but it's toxic.
Yeah,
I wish we could smell the mercury and cyanide.
Now, I'm sure if we could, we'll die slowly. Like,
well.
People,
So
listen,
people.
hashtag stop Galamsey now.
Yeah.
Let's keep putting pressure on.
Yeah, I think
to
this
put the
weekend
right
that should
thing.
fly. Hashtag stop Galamsey.
Yes, security
now.
personnel have been deployed.
Yes.
Let's keep the pressure up.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
Let's
All righty.
keep the pressure
Have a beautiful weekend.
Bye.
God bless.
God
Peace out.
bless.